Good day, everyone. We shall start in the next few minutes. We welcome everyone to May 2023 ICAN Online Orientation Program, which we call our Open Day. We promise you to be educating, informative, and enlightening. So sit back and let's enjoy ourselves. The program will start in the next few minutes. We welcome everyone. And for those that are watching us directly from YouTube and all our other channels, we welcome you. We recognize your presence. We welcome all our tutors. We welcome all our admin. We welcome everyone. Welcome to this diet orientation program, May 2023 diet. We welcome everyone. Irrespective of where you are watching us, we welcome you. Those that are listening to us live on YouTube, we recognize your presence. Those that are following us on Facebook, we recognize your presence. We welcome every one of you. All our tutors, we recognize your presence. All our admin, we recognize your presence. All our alumni, your presence is highly recognized. To our current and prospective students, we welcome you to this May 2023 orientation program. Today is our open day. The promise is going to be enlightening, educative, informative, and also an eye-opener. At ICAN Online Tutor, we are the pride of ICAN success. The program will start in the next few minutes. The program will start in the next few minutes. Welcome, everyone. The program will start in the next few minutes. In the next few minutes, we'll be live. Thank you so much for honoring our invitation. Your presence is highly recognized. At ICAN Online Tutor, we are proud of ICAN success and the future of accountants. We do not only teach in ICAN Online Tutor. We do not only teach, we also support your career growth and development. At ICAN Online Tutor, we do not only teach, but also support your career growth and development. That is why we are part of the ICAN Pride. Our institution is filled with the industry experts and specialists, and these are not denied in the course of their lecturing in the class. At ICAN Online Tutor, We are innovative and technology driven. Currently, we have our mobile app that's going to be live. And the way we operate in ICAN Online, we have our video lectures. We have our live session. We also have question and answer technique. And we also have student Sorry, please let's keep ourselves muted and enjoy ourselves. We promise you that are going to enjoy the section here today. We will commence the active. ICAN Online Tutor is one of the foremost ICAN tuition center in Nigeria. For those that are just joining us, please don't unmute yourself. Just keep yourself muted so that we can enjoy ourselves. Keep yourself muted so that we can enjoy ourselves. We welcome everybody. Your presence is highly recognized. And also appreciated. In the next few minutes, the meeting will start fully. In the next few minutes, the meeting will start fully. At ICAN Online Tutor, our services include high definition quality recorded tuition video, high quality lectures with notes. We have a global live online tuition session with notes and recording. You can join our session from any part of the world, irrespective of where you are. We got you covered. Have an online revision classes, and we also have our lecture also comprised of pre-recorded classes dedicated to tutor. And they do not only teach, but also support students in their career growth and development. Our study text is a top-notch, and we also have a revision kit that is actually designed for the success of our participants. Our online community of students and mentorship cannot be overemphasized. And we have a pass first time guarantee from our success rates. Today, welcoming everyone to May 2023 Open Day, where we shall be discussing a variety of things and also orientating us on the best way to approach the ICAN exam and pass the exam at an attempt. Welcoming everyone. Here today, I have all my speakers, I have all my tutors, I have my alumni, and I have my prospective and current students on board. So I welcome every one of us. In the next few minutes, we are going to start fully. In the next few minutes, we're going to start fully. In the next few minutes, we're going to start fully. In the next few minutes, the class will start fully. In the next few minutes, the class will start fully. In the next few minutes, the class will start fully. In the next few minutes, the class will start fully. Sorry, in the next few minutes, the session will start fully. I welcome all my speakers on board. We welcome everyone, irrespective of where you are joining us. You are welcome to ICAN Online Tutor May 2023 Open Day. Welcome everyone. We welcome you all. In the next few minutes, the session will start fully. In the next few minutes, the session will start fully. In the next few minutes, the session will start fully. Please, as you are joining us, be assisting us to mute yourself so that you can all enjoy the session. Welcome everyone. In the next few minutes, the session will start fully. We are using this medium to welcome everyone on board. We welcome everyone on board. The next few minutes, the session will start fully. We're using this medium to welcome everyone that joined the open day today. Irrespective of where you are joining us, for those watching us live, for those from YouTube, from Facebook, from Twitter, from Instagram Live, we welcome every one of you and recognize your presence. We are ICAN Online Tutor, the pride of ICAN success. We're proud to say that. We welcome everyone. Okay. Once again, we are welcoming everyone. All our tutors, we welcome you. People that are joining us, we welcome every one of you. Both prospective and current, we welcome all of you. In the next few minutes, the session will start. All right. Okay. Okay, all our baby accountants, we recognize your presence. Welcome, everyone. Permit me, everybody, to quickly introduce my speaker for today. I have on my list Mr. Afis Adebimpe, who is going to be discussing with us the benefits for studying online with IoT. And we have Madam, I don't guess it's ICAN, who will be discussing with us on how to pass ICAN exam with ease. We also have a panel discussion, which our panelists are actually from our alumni, IoT alumni. We also have a panel discussion in which the panelists are also a current member at foundation, skills, and professional level. And we also have our speakers, Mr. Uwem Amos, will be discussing effective study time management, because in everything we do, there's a need for efficient time management. However, we also have our speaker, which Mr. Adaraloye Ayokunle, who will be discussing with us on how to scale our ICAN exam at once. We also have our speaker, Mr. Abdulwasi Yanda, who will also be discussing with us how to maximize the ICAN online benefits. So my dear, I promise us an informative and a nice time with us today. Let's get started. Without delaying the times further, let's get started. So by my time, this is the time that I've been waiting for. I welcome everyone on board. By our tradition, in everything we do, we put God first. And we want someone who is moved by the Spirit to please lead us in opening prayer. Anyone? Anybody? Thank you so much, sir. Please unmute yourself if you have to pray for us. Whether you are just joining us, irrespective, pray for us. You can unmute yourself. Do I have a volunteer? Can somebody just raise hand? Do I have a volunteer? Who is raising hand? All right, Abubakar Umar. You are welcome, sir. Please lead us in opening prayer. Mr. Abubakar, you are observed. Lead us in opening prayer. We can hear you. Mr. Abubakar, are you there? Mr. Abubakar, are you there?
I think we should go with someone else.
Okay.
Good morning.
Can somebody also
Okay, Mr. Feyijimi Fatson, please go ahead.
Good morning. Father, in Jesus' name,
Amen.
we commit ourselves to your able hands this morning. We commit these orientations and the course of other programs ahead of us in respect of this ICAN. Father, Lord, at the end of the day, may we have cause to glorify your name in the name of Jesus. Father, Lord,
Amen.
we pray this morning as we are stepping into this career. Father, Lord God, this morning we pray ahead also that at the end of these professional courses, we also have cause to glorify your name, meet ourselves in a great position, meet ourselves in unexpected exploitations of this career. Father, Lord, so shall it be in Jesus' name. We commit our tutors and other management to your able hands, Lord God, this morning. Guide them, use them for our success in the name of Jesus. Thank you, Lord. In Jesus' mighty name we pray.
Yes, thank you so much, Mr. Feyi, Jimmy, Fatson. Yeah, really, yeah, appreciated. Mr. William, are you there? Okay, I think while we wait for Mr. Oriyomi to join back on the call, we just go ahead with the program. So, thank you all once again for joining on this call. My name is Rilwan Teslim Lioni, and I'm the founder and CEO at ICAN Online Tutors. So, on the screen now, what we have now is the opening remarks. I believe Mr. Williami had done the introduction of speakers and tutors. And so the opening remarks, which is supposed to start by 10:30, will be given by my humble self. So while we wait for him to join, let's give him a few minutes to join. I would also like to recognize some of the speakers today. I can see Mr. Olatunji Wahab, who is a lead tutor and a lead tutor for SFM and Public Sector Accounting and Finance. You're welcome, sir. I can also see Mrs. Goswill, who is a lead tutor for Management Information, Financial Reporting, Corporate Reporting, and Audit and Assurance. Thank you for joining us today. I would also like to recognize some of our alumni and students that will be joining our call, that will be joining this live session. Flora Adeniyi, you are welcome to this program, and thanks for honoring our invitation. Also, Awal Otaru, who is also one of our recent alumni. I cite you and I appreciate you joining this call today. Also on this call is Dumebi, who is joining us from Delta State today, a skills level student who moved from the foundation level to the skills without having a prior accounting knowledge. She's from an IT background, took all her 4 papers and passed all 4 without having a prior accounting knowledge. Thank you so much for joining the call. Also, you are all welcome, Mr. Adegboyi Olashile, you are welcome also. Mr. Ademola Adeosun Israel, Alaba Mayowa, all of you joining from different parts of the country and outside the country. Thanks for honoring our invitation. Also on this call is Mr. Cletus Itachot, who is our lead tutor, Advanced Audit and Assurance and Public Sector Accounting and Finance from the May 2023 diet. Thank you so much. You will also be speaking today. Thank you so much for joining. Emmanuel, Peter, thanks for joining the call. We will be starting formally in less than a minute. I'm still hoping that the host of this program, Mr. Oriyomi Kasali, joins back on the session as soon as possible.
Thank you so much for that.
Okay. Welcome back, sir.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much for that wonderful prayer. We shall be moving to the next agenda. Welcome so much. Apology for that. I'm trying to share my screen so that you can see what I'm presenting everybody. So let me share my screen. Okay. The next on the agenda is everybody would have that inquisitive mind, like what is IoT? What is ICAN Online? And that question that everybody is actually wanting to ask, why? What is ICAN Online? Let me call on someone to tell us what ICAN Online is. I've seen someone that even asked me, is ICAN Online the online lecture for the ICAN? Is it only ICAN lecture that they do? Is it an establishment by our dear Institute of Chartered Accountants of Nigeria, ICAN? Let me answer this question, but the best way to answer the question is to hear from the horse's mouth. Permit me to call on the founder, the CEO, the innovator, the chairman of ICAN Online Tutor to give us an opening remark, Mr. Prof. Chief Ridwan Layeni. Mr. Ridwan is the founder and the CEO of ICAN Online Tutor. He's also the innovator. Don't let me talk more than that so as not to underrate my boss. Welcome, Mr. Ridwan. Kindly give us your opening remark and tell us who ICAN Online Tutor is.
Thank you so much. I feel honored listening to you introducing me that way.
Sir, the recording.
The recording, okay. The recording is on.
Okay.
Yeah, the recording is on. So I welcome you all to another edition of our open day, another one of many and many more to come. So good day, professional colleagues, and thanks for joining today's session. Trust you all had a great holiday and welcome to the year 2023. In the last few years, IoT Academy, also known as ICAN Online Tutors, has continued to champion the cause of building tech-savvy professional accountants with its vision of being the leading provider of tutorials to professional accountancy students and its mission to continually provide tutorials to accountancy students using technological advancements and innovation. We have since then achieved many milestones, including helping many students to become chartered accountants, some of whom have tried in vain before joining our great academy. In our efforts to also make it easy for busy professionals who are impeded sometimes to joining the classes, we always make our class recordings available every time. Busy mothers with children are not left out of our horoscope. Our self-paced classes and live Zoom classes are not only efficient, but effective for all classes of students. You can access your video lecture materials on any internet-enabled device, be it laptop, desktop, smartphone, tablet, etc., through either our web app or mobile app. My message to those that missed the previous diet, to reasons best known to them, most especially victims of flood in southern Nigeria, and those that had failed one or more of their courses in previous diet, is to bounce back on their feet and take the bull by the horn. Every success seen today has a story, and yours shouldn't be any different. As we go into the polls to elect our leaders, I pray the Almighty open our eyes to choosing the right leaders that will lead us aright and bring glory to the nation. As you go about voting, kindly be careful in order not to be caught in pre- and post-election violence. Stay within your abode as much as you can. I wish you all a glorious diet that will be filled with many success stories. I remain my humble self, Wilmot Teslim Layani, also known as Ido Layani. Thank you and God bless you all.
Oh my God. Can I have a round of applause? Thank you so much, sir. That is a goodwill message, not just an opening remark. It's a goodwill message. As we go on to select our leader for Nigeria 2023, may God elect us the best leader in Nigeria. And we should not engage in any violence. Thank you so much, sir, for that wonderful presentation. May God continue to improve you in everything you do and everything you lay your hands upon. That is the brain behind ICAN Online Tutor. And we've heard from the horse's mouth. That is who we are at ICAN Online Tutor. Irrespective of where you are, what you do, whom you are, we got you covered. Are you a nursing mother? Are you a mother with children? Are you a single married? Are you a bachelor or spinster? Everything you are, ICAN Online got you covered. Learning at your convenience is what we do. We're going to take off the burden from you. You don't have to leave your bedroom. You don't have to leave your home. You don't have to leave your offices before you achieve your career growth, which is passing your ICAN with ease and what? In a flying color. And that is the services that we offer. In relation to that, it is priority for us to still remind you that we do not just teach, we also support our students, and we assist them not just in the class, but also in their career enhancement. We do everything. Our lecture is not a tiki-taka game. It is a lecture that you're going to feel at home, feel relaxed, tailored towards your success, tailored towards the discussion. And not when you are discussing cost of capital, somebody will be discussing agricultural science. It is not a class where we talk story. Our life history is not shared in the class. We are not like that. In our class, it is not a class that is distracting. It is not a class that is disruptive. It is a well-coordinated class with highly professional and specialist tutor who have industry experience. And missing a class is never a worry with us. When you miss a class, we have high definition quality video that you can always fall back upon. And all our classes are for you to have a practical experience. You're going to have a question and answer. You're going to ask a question and answer. That is when we are at ICAN Online Tutor. Welcome to this orientation once again. I welcome every one of you. Okay, let me continue with what I do. I want to share. Permit me to move on to the next schedule on my list. How am I going to introduce this, my boss? I'll be moving to the first discussion of the day, which is why studying online. And is there any benefit for studying with IoT for ICAN exams? If I ever study with IoT, I have some physical, I have some other alternative and options. Why do I even need to choose ICAN Online Tutor? Permit me to call on my first speaker, the boss of board, the directors of finance, the managers of audit and consultancy, the manager of one of the big four firms, Mr. Afis Adebimpe. Mr. Afis Adebimpe is a professional with many years of experience spanning across the industry and consulting services. He's currently a manager at one of the big four, that KPMG that we all know and that we're all willing, and have many people reporting under him. He has led many projects and services for KPMG services, which include ICT, FinTech, financial services, to mention but a few. Mr. Adebimpe is a lead tutor in FR and CR, and also a lead tutor in business law. Permit me to welcome on board Mr. Afis Adebimpe to discuss with us why studying online with ICAN Online for exam success. Mr. Afis Adebimpe, you are welcome, sir. Are you there? A response to share of screen. That is how to know them.
Good morning, everyone. I hope you can see me clearly. I think there's need for me to quickly clarify something. Thank you for the introduction. Like, I'm happy to hear. But then, I'm not a manager with the Big Four. I'm a senior consultant. That should be noted.
That's manager.
So every other thing is very correct, but I'm not a manager. Hopefully, that's the goal. Good morning, everyone. My name is Afis Adebimpe. I will be speaking on why you should study with us at IoT for your ICAN examination. Confirm if you can see my screen, please.
Yes, we can, Mr. Adebimpe.
Sir,
Okay,
go ahead.
brilliant. Okay.
Yes, we
So,
can. Go ahead.
As professionals in this profession, the first thing we do is to have a good understanding of the subject matter. And it's not too much for me to say, many people do not know about IoT. There's always a misconception between IoT and ICAN itself. Today, I'll tell you more about what we do and who we are. We are ICAN Online Tutors, though it is popularly pronounced as ICAN Online Tutor, but it is very important I clear to you that we are ICAN Online Tutor. So when you say ICAN Online Tutor, it's as if you are telling us that what we do is just ICAN. Today, you will know more of what we do, not just only ICAN tutorials. We also, train professionals for CITN, ACCA, CIS, CFA. Just mention this professional exam that can make you a chartered professional. That is what we do, and that is what we provide our virtual platform for. Like I mentioned earlier, we are one of the we are number one tuition provider of accountancy and finance professional lectures for the online students. And I can tell you at the moment, we have live classes for ICAN, for ACCA, CITN, and other accounting and finance examination. So we are not just ICAN Online, like ICAN Tutors. So we also give tutorial for ACCA. We also give tutorial for CITN. On a yearly basis, we always have 1 or 2 new product lines to our service, just to give you the best quality service. I'll be smart with my presentation because we have a lot of professionals today that will give you 1 or 2 messages. At ICAN Online Tutors, right? How do we deliver our lectures? It's a virtual platform. Then people always ask the question, how did they receive lecture? I'm not used to virtual classes. And why do I need to come to ICAN Online Tutors to pass my ICAN exam? What we tell people is this: we have varieties of lecture method. You can pick any of the 2, but it comes in 3-in-1 combo. The first one is the video lectures. We are popularly known for our video lecture class. We have some pre-recorded video session where the lecturer alone will be in the class. If the students are not available, you do your session, you record it, and you send it to the student. That is one way with which we use to pass our lecture to students. And over the years, our audio is of quality, our video is of quality, and the lecture we're also passing is of quality. So we believe that at the end of at their leisure time, when they are listening to those videos, they will get the subject matter correct. And today we have a lot of alumni that are joining this sensitization program of for the May Diet of 2023. As part of our video lectures, also we have live video. For the live video, we call it a live class, just like a class like this, where I will be present, other lecturers will be present in their various classes to teach the students that are currently online. We are going to teach you, and you will not even feel it that you are not in the normal classroom because it's virtual and it's live. So every one of us will be able to interact and also pass the subject matter appropriately. We have what we call audio lectures. For the audio lectures, as part of our audio lectures, we do what we call the podcast, where we invite lecturers to come and do a synopsis of what they do, give us hints of how to pass the ICAN exam per subject. For the audio lecture, in this month, for the video lecture, whether pre-recorded lecture or a live lecture, you will see me display, right? So for the audio lecture, it's just a pure audio session of the subject matter. So this can be more, common with the, essay subject like business law, those subjects that all you just need to do is to listen, pay attention to what the lecturer is saying, and you can pass at your own go. So why do you have this audio lecture? One of the benefits is that for those of us, that work 24 hours, all you just need to do is to plug your earpiece and start to listen to the audio lectures. Audit and assurance is a very good example of a paper that you can use audio lecture to pass. Business law is one of the very good examples. Ethics and governance is one of the very good examples. We have a lot of things to enjoy with this audio lecture, especially while you want to listen to some of the music. Just plug your earpiece and listen to our audio lectures. And lastly, we have what we call a group chat lecture. Like I mentioned, it comes in three in one combo. If you are our student, you have access to these 3 lectures, but you can as well pick the best for yourself. Once you register with ICAN Online Tutor for a subject or for all papers for a particular level, you will be added to a group. On that group, we have classes. We agree on when to give you lecture. We also drop on that group lecture class or group chat class what we call lecture materials. For the upcoming lecture, we drop a material for you to be able to read, digest, understand, and while we have the real live class, you will understand. The group chat also serve as a medium with which we do assignments. On the group chat, you have time and opportunity to meet with your lecturers to discuss areas that you need improvement, to discuss areas that you need clarification. And again, it's a basis to which to appraise the understanding of the subject matter. So these are the 3 methods with which we deliver our lectures at ICAN Online Tutors. We have the video lectures. The video lectures come in 2 in 1. We have the pre-recorded session and we have the live class. The audio lectures is basically for those papers that are theory in nature. While group chat is the combination of the 2. We have time to relate with our lecturers. We also have time to relate with other colleagues. On the group chat lecture is one of the best ways to communicate the understanding of the subject matter. What are the benefits of studying with ICAN Online Tutors? Well, the first thing you should bear in mind while studying with ICAN Online Tutors is it's very flexible. Why? Because it's 100% online. You can study at your own pace. You can study from the comfort of your room. All you just need to have is your data, your electronics, materials or gadgets that will enable you to get the subject matter clear. It's very flexible. at every point in time. If you miss a live class, we have the recorded session for you to listen to after our class, meaning it's of quality. Reduce cost. Of course, having a product of physical class as well as online classes, I can tell you most time online classes are quite expensive compared to physical class for a lot of reasons. But at ICAN Online Tutors, we have decided to make education very simple and easy to afford by you all. So the cost is automatically reduced. Cutting costs is one of the enormous benefits of online classes with ICAN Online Tutors. Career advancement and opportunities. What do we mean by career advancement and opportunity? We have a lot of top guys that are our students, both home and abroad. They really don't have time to go to class. So being on the same platform with them is one of the best advantages you can have. And also, you will be the master of your own schedule as a student. You can determine when to be in class, in live class. You can also determine when to have your own session with the lecturers by having a special arrangement with your lecturer or by listening to the recorded session. And again, we have what we call a continual podcast that we do for career advancement opportunities. With this, you can only enjoy it with ICAN Online Tutors, I can tell you. And this will always bring the gap between the old method and the new method. Virtual learning is quite clean, it's quite easy for you to get the subject matter at your own pace. And research and development is one of those things we pay cognizance to at ICAN Online Tutors. And this is one of the ways to advance our career development. We have a speaker that will be talking about time management. But learning with ICAN Online Tutors, we have this benefit because you are the manager of your time. You are the manager of your time. Like I mentioned earlier, you can decide not to be part of the live session, but then you can always replay the recorded session. With this, you are good to go. We have students that do not have accounting background and they pass their paper in one sitting with ICAN Online Tutors. We have students that are accounting graduates and they've attended a lot of lectures with some tutorial tuition center, but they couldn't pass. But at ICAN Online Tutors, we are able to help them to maximize their time. And at the end of the day, we have a good result for them. So what we are saying in essence is that one of the benefits of learning online is time management. You can manage your time. You can design your own schedule and decided to attend class at every point in time. The unique benefits with ICAN Online Tutors is intellectual properties, the lecturers, the materials, the quality of what we are known for. We just don't have people that get chartered yesterday and we bring them on board. No. Of course, we give opportunity for people to go, but we know that ICAN lecturing goes beyond read, cram, and come and push it out. So we take quality with experience. So we have our professionals that include people with academic and working class experience. Put this together, they can deliver the best quality lecture for you. And that is what we are known for. That is our pride. We have people that work with the Big Four. We have people that work in the industry. We have people in the top markets of the Nigerian economy that are our lecturers. I can assure you that you will not only learn the subject matter of ICAN with us, also we also prepare you for the real life realities of after passing your ICAN exam, what is next. And that is why I say the unique benefit with us here as ICAN Online Tutors is the what? Intellectual capacity. Some of our lecturers are Nigerians, and we also have some Nigerians that are abroad that are part of our lecturers. You can see that the global world is just within the ICAN Online. And I can assure you, joining us will be of a good advantage of a plan to put to use in 2023. If you want to know more about ICAN Online Tutors, you can go to our website, www.icanonlinetutors.com, to know more about us. But I can assure you, registering with ICAN Online Tutors is the best plan, is the best gift, is the best iPhone you can give for yourself in the first half year of 2023. Thank you and God bless you.
Thank you so much for that, Mr. Abdulhafiz. Yes, that's that. That is that. Thank you so much. We are ICAN Online Tutors. ICAN Online Tutors. As I said, our 3-in-1 combo is divided into the video lecture. We have our audio lecture and we have our chat group lecture. And he has already done justice by clarifying everything. Thank you so much for that. He also said, we do not only have, it's not only ICAN that we do. Yes, we are not just known for our ICAN exam. We are known for other professional exams, CITN and ACCA. So it is not just only ICAN. We also have other products that is not just ICAN. Thank you so much. And the benefits of joining us include online classes, like I said, do not just come at a cheaper rate, but with ICAN Online Tutor, we were able to actually do that by reducing the cost for participants, so that comparing the benefits that it has and that it holds, it shouldn't be cheaper, but for everybody to benefit and not for anyone to actually complain of, I don't have this, I don't have that. The management has done well by reducing the cost to the best efficient manner. And currently, our discount is ongoing, which I think it will end this week. For those that really want to take the lead, I will just implore you that you just visit us online or you just message the admin directly. Another thing is time management. Yes, actually, there's a discussion on this for today, all about time management. You manage your time efficiently. And also career opportunity. Yeah, that's always there for us. And he said our unique benefit is that intellectual capacity. For those who know us, we do not just teach. We ensure that we bring in our experience, our industry experiences into the class, and we use that as part of our learning, which also serves as a beneficial to our participants. Thank you so much, Mr. Abdulhafiz, for that wonderful presentation. God bless you more. Thank you so much. So from there, I would like to go to the next. Let me also be managing my time so that somebody will not give me knock. Okay. Permit me to call on my next speaker. My next speaker is Madam, I don't guess it, Ekanem, popularly called Madam ID. Madam ID. Madam ID is, I don't guess it, Ekanem. So Madam ID is a qualified BSc accounting from the prestigious university and is also a vice president of his school. He is also ICAN Prize winner for advanced audit and assurance in November 2019. And Madam ID passes all his ICAN exam at a first leap. Skills professional. She was able to skate through at a click. And Madam ID have currently over 5 years working experience, and she's also a chief consultant to the bookkeeper. Currently, Madam, I don't guess it, teaching foundation level, skills level, and professional. And she is the lead tutor in CR, FR, and MI. My dear professional, join me to welcome on board Madam ID Ekanem. You're welcome, ma'am. You have the floor. Madam ID, are you there? ID, are you there? Hello? Okay, maybe a network. She has been online since. Okay, while waiting for Madam ID, I would like to quickly chip in a panel discussion with the IoT alumni. Madam Otaru Awa, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Thank you so much. Please unmute your mic. We have a discussion. You are my panelists. Mr. Lasisi Taiwo, are you there? Those are my panelists.
Yes, sir.
Madam Echi Uchebu, are you there? Madam Echi? Okay, while we are waiting for him, while we are waiting for her, permit me to quickly introduce my panelists. Oh my God, I would have loved to. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my. Okay, let's just have it as audio. I don't want to have it as video. Madam Awa, can you quickly introduce yourself to us, please? Who are you?
Okay, sir. Good morning, everybody. My name is Hawa Otaru, married to Engineer Bala Usman. So I go by Hawa Otaru Bala Usman. I'm a public servant. I work with National Directorate of Employment. I've been with them since 2011. My initial background was actually in finance. I studied finance from University of Ilorin. I finished 2005. Then I have an MSc in accounting from ABU Zaria, 2011. I registered for my ICAN since 2009, but for whatever reasons, I didn't follow up. I didn't take it up. I didn't do anything about it until 2020. Yeah, my first diet was supposed to be the March diet. That was when we had COVID. But, with the lockdown, the diet was postponed till September. So my first diet was in September 2020. The second was in December 2020. I started from foundation. So I joined ICAN online tutors in my professional level, and it's been wonderful being with them.
Thank you so much, Ma. It's been wonderful. Please hold on. Mr. Lasisi Taiwo, are you there? Can you introduce yourself to us, please?
Yes, I'm here. Hello.
Yes, sir. We can hear you. Go ahead.
Yeah. Good morning, all.
Good morning.
My name is Lasisi Latif Taiwo. I work with AMO Group as internal auditor. I have my HND Banking and Finance, also a BSc Business Administration. I actually registered for ICAN 2019, but I wrote I didn't write the paper. I didn't write the paper then. Though I wrote one of the paper, that I felt sick, so I abandoned the other papers. Ever since then, I was unable to continue with the exam. So in 2020, I actually registered with ICAN online. That was my first attempt, basically, and I actually failed the 3 papers. That's just simple truth. The following diet, I was able to write the 5 papers again. Then I passed 3, then 1, and the last diet I wrote a case study alone. Then I also passed case study, and it didn't come easy also, but I know that with that determination and encouragement from people around me also, That's all.
Thank you
for
so
now.
much, Mr. Lasisi. Thank you. Will my question first be going to Madam Awa?
Yeah, before you go ahead, sir, there's one more person that will be joining the session, which is Flora Adeniyi, which she's also an alumni. So,
Oh.
Flora, could you please introduce yourself?
Madam Jesu Tofumi Flora, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Okay, please introduce yourself to us. Talk to us.
Okay. My name is Adeni. I'm a graduate of State University, BSc Accounting. Okay, I started ICAN 2019 from 8th level while I was in school, and I joined IoT during my professional level when I had reference in SFM and case study. And it was really great, it was wonderful, and thank to God, I think I qualified December last year.
Thank you so much for that. All right, my question will be going to three of you, but I would like to take each one after the other. I hope you are prepared for me. So permit me to first ask this question. There's always been that notion that people cannot study online and get it right. What is your view on that? Madam Awa, I would like to take it from you.
Okay, sir. I think that notion may not be entirely true, because with ICAN Online, one thing that really helped me were the video lectures. Particularly this last diet, I was very busy. I was barely in class. I think at the beginning of the diet, I was able to join the classes, but as we got into like middle of the diet, I was always missing classes. But the video lectures were one thing that really helped me, because I had access to them and I could go over and over and over and over a particular lecture. And the one thing I did was I joined the classes daily, so I had the video lectures, some of the video lectures ahead of time. So I made sure I studied any topic we're going to have beforehand. I went through the video lecture so that anything I didn't understand whenever I was in class, I was able to ask questions. But for the classes I missed, I made sure I watched the video lectures over and over again. I mean, having access to the video lectures, it's not like being in a physical class. You cannot replay what you have in a physical class over and over again. So with being online and having access to the video lectures, I was able to watch them several times while driving to work, while coming back from work, while doing house chores, while in the office when I'm less busy. I could watch my video lectures over and over again.
Thank you so much for that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Mr. Lasisi Taiwo. Madam Awa said, having access to video lecture is not that possible for a physical class. Do you believe that?
Having what?
Having access to video lecture or a playback video, as ICAN Online have it, it's not that common and not possible for a physical class. How do you perceive that?
Yeah, I agree completely. At least with the online, you have access to probably go through the video all over again, and probably where you are not okay, you also try to call the the lecturer in charge of that particular course, and in that aspect, I guess IoT done a wonderful job on that, especially Mr. Oriyomi. I know on the exam day, I called Mr. Oriyomi to explain one or two things, and he did that to me, for me, and I can also testify from other colleagues also. So it's it's not possible for you to have access to those kind of things when, as in those kind of information, as you can compare these two, physical class and this online class. That's just the advantage that the online class has over the physical class. At least you can go over the video and also call the lecturer in charge of that particular course to seek clarification on what you don't really understand.
Thank you so much, Mr. Lasisi. I'm sorry for cutting you short. Madam, just to for me, you can see, Madam Awa and Mr. Lasisi are actually saying something which I personally don't believe that is true. He said having access to the tutor is actually been effective, and they have been also been using the video lecture. But I want to add that the video lecture of ICAN IoT actually address a topic that they actually name it for. I think you understand what I mean. That is the video usually address the topic in discussion.
Sorry, sir, can you please repeat it? I did not really get you.
Did IoT video address discussion topic? For example, let me say in corporate reporting, we are discussing, give me a standard, IS 7, which is cash flow statement. Is it not impairment that is being recorded in the video? Did the video actually address IS 7? What's the view on the video lecture, and how has it assist?
Okay, to me, the video lecture was actually wonderful because it was actually as if I was at, it is actually as if, okay, I was actually in the class. There's no difference from it from physical class actually, because they were explaining clearly. They were explained clearly, and apart from that, you see kind of notebook or something that where they will put all the stuff and everything, especially doing calculations too. So you understand. So there's no difference between it and having physical class actually. Sometimes even better because they explain everything clearly. There will be questions and everything, and to address the topic. Like for each there's a topic for the course or something. So
Madam Flora, apology, please. Just let me cut in. You said the video lecture has actually been helpful, even in calculation. But there is this common saying that we cannot do calculation online. How is that possible? How can you say that calculation online is being simplified and you even get everything up to the calculation aspect using online and not physical? Can you please expatiate on that?
Yes, I also had that notion too before. I always thought, I have friends that have that notion that they believe that you cannot do calculation online, you can never understand. But that's how it is kind of different because the way they did it, there's no difference. I said there's no difference between it and physical at all. Because the man, our lecturer SFM was like doing the calculations on the notebook on the laptop there, and you can see it and you can follow him. And the fact is that even if you have a kind of like you want him to go back or something, he will do it again. So it's as if you are seeing him writing actually, because you see it as it is, as he's writing it. So basically, it's actually, there's no difference at all. It is actually really wonderful. And that notion is actually
Thank you so much for that. Because of the time, that's why I'm actually cutting in. But Madam Awa, I would like to give the mic back to you, ma. I hope you're there.
Yes, I'm here.
Salma, when I heard what you said, I also have a question that was just doing gish on my head. Ma, you being a civil servant, working, a married, have the house chores and the rest. How do you actually balance your work and your study together?
Well, honestly, it was not easy. I have 5 children. I have 2 teenagers. I have
you didn't tell me that one before. How do you not do it?
I have 3 kids that are less than 8. Working, combining family life. There's Oga there to attend to. There are the children there. There's myself to take care of, which wasn't easy. But having the support of my husband, having his support and his understanding was, I can't quantify it really, because mostly I study at night. So I go to work, come back, I make sure I attend to the children's homework. I sleep latest by 7:30. I am in bed, I sleep. And once I sleep that early, I'm able to wake up, say by 11:30, 12 midnight. And I just excuse myself from my husband and I go to the study and I start reading. Then I can read from that time till around 4:30 in the morning. Then I wake up the teenagers to start breakfast, and they are able to take care of the younger ones. I just make sure weekends I have soups in the freezer. They can make breakfast and serve everybody, take their younger ones to school. And another thing I'm grateful for my husband was really understanding. There are times I couldn't make his meals for him by myself, and our girls had to do that. He was quite supportive. He just gave me the free hand to fully concentrate on the studies. Yeah, it wasn't easy,
Thank,
but thank God here we are today.
thank you so much for that, ma'am. I'm sorry for actually bothering you. I'm sorry for that.
No,
Thank you
no
so much.
problem, sir.
Let Permit me to pass the mic to Mr. Lasisi. Mr. Lasisi, how do you see the
Yes.
modality of IoT lecture, and how does it even assist the student pass rate? Considering the fact that the first time when you attempt, it was a failure,
Yes.
I feel for ICAN and I feel that would that actually be, how were you able to pick yourself up? And how do you see the modality of IoT? Is there any incentives or waiver or benefit that is being given? Can you just enlighten us?
Yeah. Concerning the me failing the paper, being the very first attempt, then I remember before even doing the registration, I just said to myself that that determination that whatever thing that comes, pass or fail, or just have to write and get qualified. I think that was the very thing that I set for myself right before even the registration. Then for the whole thing, I think it is very convenient. So you can, just like what I said earlier, that you can go through all this lecture at your own convenience time. With the things, it is available online. And one of the good things is immediately after each of the lecture, that same day, you get that video on the platform. So it affords you that opportunity to go back and read all over, probably just like what I said earlier, area that you are not, or probably you are not okay with, or you are not okay with. You seek for clarification from the lecturer and they are willing to help. I work as an internal auditor and I do move around because my company, we have we have a plant in Jos, Aba, Owerri. So I do travel a lot. And with the video lecture, I'm okay with that. And the lecturer are always willing to assist.
Thank you so much for that, Mr. Lasisi. Please assist me to pass the mic to Madam Jessica for me. Madam Jessica for me, Flora, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Madam Flora, are you there?
Yes, sir. I'm there.
Madam Flora, if I am to ask what Madam Hawa and Mr. Lasisi has actually been saying, if I would say, I would say that is actually being sugar-coated. But is there something unique that IoT do give to students prior to their exam day? And how helpful has that been?
Yes, something that is unique for me is the mock exam they kind of do. The mock exam is actually good. It prepares you in advance for the real exams, and the questions, the way they set the questions, it challenges you too. So at least the worst scenario, you already know it. So the mock exams are great, and the way they give assignments, they give you works to do, it helps a lot.
Thank you so much, Madam Flora. All right, I think I have to release you now, everybody. Thank you so much for being part of us. Well, before you go, permit me just pass the mic to Madam Awa. Madam Awa, what will be your parting words with us today?
I'll say everybody has to put in so much their efforts, dedication, prayers, and believe in the lecturers. The lecturers were fantastic. Mr. Oriyomi particularly helped me with corporate reporting because I was exempted FR, so I had no idea about FR initially. But that introductory video you did on corporate reporting was really, really helpful. Helped me gain quite a lot of confidence. I like the teaching style of the lecturers; they were fantastic. Mr. UM, SFM, Mr. Olatunji, SFM, Madam ID, and particularly the admin. I'm sure I'm sure you'll be glad I've finished now because I was always on his neck asking for one video or the other, how to access one video or the other. They were really, you guys were really, really, really helpful. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Ma. If you are to recognize, if you are to recommend IoT, will you be willing to do that?
Of course, I have recommended you to some of my friends. Yes.
Yes, ma. Please, I really have a message for you. Please, when Daddy returns, when he returns, thank you. I also say thank you to your children. Thank you so much for being part of us today. It has been a great pleasure to have you on board. Thank you,
for having
Mr.
me.
Lasisi,
Thank you.
are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
What will be your contributions with us today, Mr. Lasisi?
Yeah, the first thing is as a student writing ICAN also too, our own effort too also counts. And IoT, you should continue to do what you know how to do best. I know that for IoT, I think this is the very first online tutor center that I've seen, and it's very effective. Even when you have issue with one or two courses too, they get to give you discount, just like what they did to me also too, because I wrote a case study the last diet, and I know they actually waived or gave me some discounts. Let's put our effort. I know eventually we're all qualified. That's just my own final take.
Thank you so much, Mr. Lasisi. It has been a wonderful time having you here on board today. Thank you so much for your wonderful contribution. Madam Disutopumi Flora, are you with the mic? Madam,
what I would just say is that, yes, sir.
We are with you. Talk to us.
Okay, what I would just say is that, okay, for the people that want to write the next diet, they should not give up. They should have a positive mindset, because that's what IoT gives, a positive mindset that pass the exams. And they should just do everything that you're asked to do, because it helps to prepare you. So, and I also want to say thank you very much to IoT team for everything. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Madam Disutopumi Flora. It's been a wonderful moment having you on board here today. Thank you so much. Do enjoy the rest of your day. For my people, we are welcome back from our panel discussion. We've heard from the alumni of IoT. Those are the people that are just fresh from
here.
Now I have my speaker here now. Madam, I don't guess it. ICAN name. Madam, I don't guess it. You have the mic. She's going to discuss with us. I didn't get that.
Another alumni.
Yeah, we are coming.
Okay.
So she's going to tell us how to pass ICAN exam with ease. I said earlier, Madam, I don't guess it. I hope you are there. Madam ID.
Yes, I'm with you, sir.
Okay, just hold on, please. I said earlier, Madam ID is a BSc degree holder in accounting, and she's also the vice president of a school and also ICAN prize winner in advanced audit and assurance in November 2019. And Madam ID actually passes all her exams at a click, both skills and professional level. And she has over 5 years working experience. And she's currently the chief consultant of the bookkeeper and she's also the lead lecturer of corporate reporting, financial reporting, and MI. She teaches the level and level. Permit me to welcome Madam, I don't get it, ICAN. Welcome, ma. You have the mic. The mighty.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Thank
you
you
have
very much. Can you hear me? Good morning, everyone. Hello.
Yes, we can hear you now. Good morning,
Okay,
ma'am.
thank you. Okay. Good morning, everyone. Welcome once again to this orientation program. My name is Idon has been introduced, and I will be taking us through how to pass ICAN exams with ease. You know, I usually like when I'm given this kind of topic because I'm going to be speaking from experience. You know, just like everyone, hello. Hello.
Yes, ma'am, we can hear you. Go ahead.
Okay. Just like everyone, when I was in school, you know, we had our ICAN exams, and all we hear is, that examination is so difficult, you cannot pass. I remember when I finished from school, and I said, I wanted to write ICAN. I think ICAN is not your mates. You know, some people will say you have to work for years before you can write exam. Someone even told me I should go and write another professional exams. If I can pass one, I can now write the ICAN exams. But I decided to go ahead. The first thing you write an exams and pass is your mindset. If you believe ICAN is exams to pass, there's no how you are going to pass. The first I even, but when it was time to write the exams, I did not write the exams. So it's like the fear of ICAN is the beginning of wisdom. So the first thing you have to write the exams and pass is that you have to have a positive concept. If you do not believe you can write and pass, it's going to be difficult. I know that people say people, I mean, one needs to you'll be afraid of the exams and all of that, yes. But in the midst of that, you need to believe that you can pass. Your mindset, be courageous. Believe that these exams, people can write it and pass. I was surrounded with people that had the history of, we've written the exams for so many years. I mean, this woman has been writing for 5 years, and you just think you can just come and write the exams and pass. But what I usually say before I even started writing exams was, I'm going to write my exams and I'm going to pass all the papers in one sitting. That had always been my confession every time. They would say, you should even be happy that you can even write some and pass some. But I would always say, I want to write the exams and then I'll pass all my papers in one sitting. So what's the next thing? You need to start studying early. Like I discussed with one of my students, there is actually no magic. Okay, you have to start studying early. Thank God this orientation program has been organized early. So we have January, February, March. We have 3 months before the exams. So you need to start studying early. You know, there is this misconception we have that, okay, there's still time, the exams is in 4 months' time. So, you know, I still have time. We don't have time. Study as if you don't have time. Study as if it's next week. That is what is going to keep you on your toes. Okay. And then we need to have what I call a timetable. I actually prepared the timetable and even do some of my students. You know, how many papers do you want to write in a particular diet? And you also have to put into consideration your time. What kind of work are you doing? Is this something that that is flexible for you to be able to write all the papers? Okay. So if your work is really tedious and time consuming, okay, you can actually decide to write some papers and then instead of writing all. But it all boils down to your own ability and what you have at hand. Okay, so instead of carrying all when you know you're not going to have time, you can reduce it. So that's the study timetable. Now, study timetable will make you know the subjects that you are reading in a day. For me, I had a target of covering my study packs at least, twice before the exams. People said it was not going to be possible. I mean, in fact, you can't read the study pack from the beginning to the end, but I did. And before the exams, I was already going through the second round. Okay, so I had that target. So I now said to myself, okay, I want to finish all the study packs in 1 month. So what do? I'm writing 4 papers. That was in skills. Financial reporting, CSME, CSME, public sector, and which other one again? PM. Okay, so this is what I want to write. So now did Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. How many chapters do I have in this study pack? At some point, I was reading some chapters I have to read. That's if you want to complete study pack in 1 month. That means you read some courses like 4 chapters a day. Okay. Then if you can spread it for 2 months, then that means you do chapters, and then make sure I did it. Okay, so you have a study timetable. And what I used to do was that Monday to Thursday, the individual courses. And as I'm reading, you are writing. Okay, so what I do on Friday, I summarize notes and read them again while my classes were on weekends. Okay, then the next week, before I start reading the new chapters, I will review what I did in the previous week. That's how I was able to complete my study pack. So the next thing is your strategy. It also I read and I summarize. So at the end of the diet, I have summarized all my study packs. I have summarized all the study packs. So you don't wait till it's 2 weeks to the exam before you start reading. What you do when it's 2 week exams is to just go through your summarized notes. There are some pages that maybe there is I will just write down the page number, or if we have a diagram, I just write the page number and all of that. So that's how I was able to effectively complete my study pack. Another mistake that people usually do is other study materials. Yes, we know we have various study materials, and there was a time I was writing professional. Someone said, this material is from Kano. This one is from Lagos. This one is from here. This one is from there. So at the end of the day, we have so much material that might even get from. So one of the things is that you should not have too many study materials. You could just concentrate on a few. And one other mistake that students make is that we do not even read the study pack. I've taught ICAN classes for like 3 years. And so students just abandon the study pack and they say it's not necessary, it's too simple. And then you now go and read complicated textbooks. And at the end of the day, discover that either they are more confused or you've read out of context. What you're reading is not even part of ICAN syllabus at all. So what you first of all read your study pack. Let those other ones be additional, complementary. And it's not all courses that need additional textbooks. There are some courses that the ICAN study pack alone is enough. Why I'm saying this is because people are of the opinion that, we have so many people who sell textbooks to ICAN students. In fact, one course, one person will have up to 5 textbooks. That's not what is going to make you pass. Okay, so we have everywhere around us, people are marketing textbooks, buy these. There are some courses that the study pack alone is enough. You don't need to have, 5 textbooks for each course and blah, blah. That is really going to make it more serious and more stressful. So please try as possible to go through your study pack first, and then let the other textbooks be like additional. Maybe to solve questions. You want to have solve complex questions, and you can now go through the other materials. And another mistake that I've seen students make is depending on past questions. Now, past questions can also be your doom. It depends on what you're using it for. Some students, when I was writing my professional level, they were not studying. What were they doing? Reading past questions. Why? They said ICAN is too busy to go and start forming new questions. ICAN will just go and pick questions from the past questions over the years and then just give. They are so busy. And I'm like, they are so busy. How can they be so busy? They cannot set 5-7 questions in 4 months. And guess what happened? During the exams, my colleagues, when I was writing, past questions did not come out. And if it did not come out, and you are reading like 5-10 years past question, and how will you know which one is going to come out? But if you study the principles, okay, anyone that comes out, anyhow the question comes out, you have an idea of how to attempt the questions. So don't depend on past questions in the name of they are going to repeat these questions, and you now cram past questions. No, please. Past questions is to aid you. After studying, you now go through the past questions and see if you can the ICAN type of question. Okay, so when you finish this topic, for example, variance analysis, and you now go through the past question, which of these questions here, this past question is on variance analysis, you now try to implement what you have learned, the principles you have learned by studying the topic variance analysis. You now see if you can now answer the question. Another advantage of having past questions is you now see how I can expect you to answer their questions. Okay, so that is the usefulness of past questions, not for you to abandon your books, abandon your classes, and then say you want to do past questions that they repeat questions. The question is, what if they don't? Okay, even if they repeat questions, what if it's not the one that you crammed or something? Or what if, when you are cramming something, if one piece misses, you are stopped. Okay, so that's past questions should be used after you've studied. And please don't have it in mind that they're going to repeat the question. If they repeat the topic, that's fine. Okay, and then another thing is to enroll in a good tuition center. Now, I'm not saying this because I lecture on IoT. Like I said, I'm speaking from personal experiences. You need to attain a good tuition center, that is, attain good classes. It will also help you. Now, some people say I can read on my own and pass. Of course, I don't have a problem with that. But there's something about what you now have a wider.
Please, Madam ID, unmute yourself.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Welcome, sir. Okay, so when you've heard your lecturer teaching, okay, this is something you had read, it now gives you more advantage. Like I tell people, attend classes as if you're not reading, as if classes is the only thing that is going to make you pass, and then read as if you're not attending classes. Read as if you're not attending classes, and then attend classes as if your life depends on it. Because sometimes it might be the example the lecturer gave in class, it might be the way they explained it, okay, that will now sink in, or it's going to be what you are going to remember in class. So attending a good tutorial, the importance must be overemphasized. It is very, very important. There are people who attend some tutorial centers and then they're like, I wish I did not, and all of that. So it is very important that you take your classes seriously. So read as though your success depends on it. Okay, I've talked about avoiding reading too many materials. Okay, you can have a study group. What I mean by study group is people you study with. But then what I'm saying is it can also, it could lead to your success and it could also lead to your doom, in the sense that you're supposed to study on your own before you now meet with other people to discuss. The importance of discussing is that, what you've read, you're discussing with somebody or you're teaching somebody, you understand better and it will sink in better. Okay, so you have a wonderful study group, and please don't mingle with people who say that ICAN exams is, don't mind these people, don't mind ICAN. No matter what you read, no matter what you write, they will still fail you. I had people like that in my class who were saying that they will still fail you. And even as I teach, I will still hear my students say that, no matter what you teach, no matter what you write, no matter what you read, I will still fail you. I mean, they take pride, like they deliberately fail students because they don't want people to be chatted. I mean, it's not, I don't understand how sensible that sounds. Okay, it is not true. So why I'm really sounding on the people you mingle with is because it will have an effect on you. Mingle with people that feel that anyhow, this ICAN exam is by luck, sha. You will reduce your investments in your studying, and then you expect the ICAN luck and magic to just happen from anywhere. Okay, then like I said, you review your notes from time to time. When you are reading, you are jotting. That is what you, in fact, when I was writing my advanced tax, what should happen is that whenever I'm reading a new topic, I revise the previous one. So if I've read 5 chapters so far, as I'm reading this chapter 6, before I start chapter 6, I will start from chapter 1. That's my summarized notes and go through it. So happened during my advanced taxes when I just saw the question. What usually happens is that it's as if my book is opened in front of me. So for every question that I see, I know that it is from this topic. Even up till now, there is no question. There is no question you ask me that I'll not be able to have an idea of what to say. Now you read not just to pass, but to know. There is hardly any question, even if you ask me now in any topic, that I will not have an idea about it. I can even tell you, it should be from this chapter, or before this one, or after this, or it has to do with this. Okay, so when you keep reviewing your notes, because one of the things I used to complain about when I started reading for ICAN, that's even skill level, was look at these study parts, they are so voluminous. How can a human being read all of these things and it will be stored in your brain and you will not forget? I mean, I'll be like, when I'm in chapter 20, the ones that I read in chapter 1 would have flew away now. But when you keep reviewing your notes, okay, regularly, every week, like I said, before you begin topic, you just scan through what you've read so far. It will now stick into your memory. And of course, the reason why we are reading or writing ICAN is not just to pass, so that this knowledge will stay in us and we'll be able to implement them in the organizations that we're going to work with. Okay, so you review your notes from time to time and then be able to understand your unique study pattern. Now, for example, for someone like me, I heard someone say she reads at night. I'm not a night class person. If I read at night till 12 to 3, I want to sleep. And if I struggle to stay awake by that time, my whole day is messed up. Like I said, you have to understand and locate your unique study pattern. Okay, I'm not a night class person. Some people is night class. In fact, the few times I went for a night class, I slept throughout. So I used to read at home, and then people will be asking me, "Are you sure you are reading? Are you sure you don't come for a night class? You're not doing this?" But I read my exam and I passed. To understand your study pattern. Now there are some persons who have short attention span. That is, you cannot read for hours at a stretch. It's not a bad thing. I'm that kind of person. I cannot sit down like for 1 hour and say I'm reading. I'll be tired. So when you understand yourself, you'll be able to
So sorry. I think that is a bit network fluctuation. She'll be back shortly. So I was trying to say, when you understand yourself, you'll be able to know the strategy and the techniques that works well with you. Not everybody night reading works for. Some people can read conveniently at night, while some people, if they go to class at night, they will only be sleeping. And some people can read conveniently during day, while some people in day, they cannot read. Some people, a minor noise can distract them from what they are doing. While some people, even if the noise is more than that of the market area, they can cope, read, and still understand. Just know the method that really works for you. Because a method works for your colleagues, because a method works for your neighbor, because a method works for someone, do not necessarily mean that method will work for you. Just choose your own method and know the one that works for you best. That is all. Madam ID, welcome back.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you, sir. Okay, I was talking about your unique study pattern. So you won't say, your friends are doing like class. Let me also do the same thing. Some persons can prefer to read where there is no noise. No matter how small the noise is, it's a problem for them. Some persons can read in Lagos traffic. Some persons can read in a disco hall, because some persons cannot read during the day because of the heat. Some persons cannot. So you just discover what works well with you, and then you now implement it. Why I'm saying this is because some persons usually feel bad that, oh, I'm not doing night class, so that simply means I'm not a serious person. I'm not reading, or I'm not good at it. So everything but still boils down to what you can do, what is good for you, and what will fit into your schedule. Okay, we're going to have someone who's going to speak on effective time management. So I won't really dwell much on that. So always have understand your study pattern, and always have your materials around you. Okay. Okay, I talked about read as though your success depends on it. Yes, study as though your success depends on it, and then also attend your classes. As it be involved, participate in your classes, because there are some classes that some people will not say anything. Okay, participate in your classes. That's if you are available when the classes are being taught. Participate in the classes, ask questions, read, because it is when you read. In fact, if you can even read ahead and then you come to class, what you are being taught will no longer sound so strange. Okay, yes. So please take your classes seriously. Read as though your life depends on it. Okay, and to start studying early. It is never too early to start preparing for ICAN exams. And have it in mind that this exam is next week. You know, it will keep you on your toes, to keep your tools, and read to stand, not just to cram to pass the exams. Thank you very much.
Wow, a wonderful applause for my madam. Thank you so much, Madam ID Ekanem. That's a beautiful presentation. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You know, when you give monkey a banana, you know that it is now my food. That is how the topic actually serves for Madam Ekanem. Like I said earlier during our introduction, that Madam Ekanem was actually able to pass all our ICAN exam with ease and at a click. And also she's ICAN prize winner and a lead tutor. That is that we've had. Let me quickly take a reaction before from the people. Oh, people even have a question for Madam ID. But before that, Mr. Afis Adebimpe, are you there? Mr. Afis, are you there? Okay, I think Mr. Afis is busy. Let me quickly take reaction from people to Madam ID. Madam ID, a question was asked by Madam Impueba, said, the major problem I have is getting the study pack after registration. Oh, sorry, ma, it's not for you. I think it's a general question. How can IoT assist me in getting the pack after registering? Who is taking that? Okay, let me quickly take that.
I will take it.
All right, sir.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Yomi, for moderating the sections. So, firstly, I don't know whether I should say I am pleased to inform you guys that henceforth, ICAN won't be giving the hard copies of their study packs out again. So they expect you to make use of the soft copies. That's the latest information I've received from the ICAN Professional Exam Department. So if you need a hard copy, we can connect you with someone here in Lagos, and that can also help you deliver nationwide. So what the person is going to do is to make copies of the study pack, which will come at a fee, but that will be between both of you. All we will do is to give you his contacts, and of course, we won't be responsible for anything that transpires between you guys. But yeah, some of our students have used them in the past, and it's quite reliable. Thank you.
Thank you so much for that, sir. We really appreciate. For those asking about ICAN Online Tutor, I've sent the phone number there, and our lecture starts January 14, which is next week, Saturday. We start fully by January 14 on Saturday, which is next week, Saturday. Next week, Saturday. That is when the lecture will start fully. Please feel free to reach out to the admin. You can visit our website on www.icanonlinetutor.com, and you can call 081-8599-3275. Don't worry, I'm going to display the contact immediately after our discussion. Without taking much of the time, okay, we still have another panel discussion with the tutor and also with some students. But before that, there's a need for us to learn about time management, because one of the challenges and the questions some people has been asking is, how do we people manage our time efficiently? And during the presentation, we've had, you don't have to study this, you have to study that. And when you are studying, some people even study from January to December. Some people, as a result of where's that coming from? So some people even skip a diet so that they will be able to study well. But is that what really matters? Mr. Uwem Amos will be discussing with us about the effective study time management. Mr. Uwem, are you there? Before I proceed,
yes, I am, sir.
Okay, sir.
Yes, please,
Thank
I'm
you
here.
so much. My next speaker is Mr. Uwem Amos. Mr. Uwem Amos has his BSc degree in accounting from the prestigious university, and he also have his MSc in treasury management. Before you know, our speaker is an accountant. So I wanted to know that. But Mr. Uwem Amos is also a certified CISA associate. We all know CISA. Certified Information System Auditor, CISA. He's also a CIA associate. CIA is Certified Internal Auditor, and he's also a certified fraud examiner, and over 13 years work experience in the financial services, and also as a tutor. Currently, Mr. Uwem Amos is leading lecturer for SFM and PM. And before you know, Mr. Uwem usually have this popular saying that until you are ready to pay the price, do not dream of success. Permit me to welcome on board Mr. Uwem Amos, who is going to discuss with us effective time management. How were you able to manage your time to acquire this qualification? Mr. Uwem, I hope you'll be able to factor that into the discussion. Welcome, sir.
Okay, good morning, everyone, and I'm happy to have all of us here. So I'll be discussing briefly on effective time management, and that is very important for success, really, how we can effectively manage our time. But before I go into my discussion, I want to start by picking a quote from a great man who recently left the scene of this world, and that is Pele. In one of his quotes, when they asked him how he became a very successful footballer, he said, "Success is no accident. It is hard work, perseverance, learning, and sacrifice." Let me take that quote again because it has a lot of meaning in there. It says, "Success is no accident. It is hard work, perseverance, learning, and sacrifice." And so it means that as you look ahead to that success that comes with being a chartered accountant, you need to ask yourself, what am I willing to sacrifice? What am I willing to give up the next few months to achieve success in my ICAN exam? And one of the things we need to sacrifice the time we typically use for other things. And so therefore means that we need to sacrifice the time we typically use for movies, the time we typically use for maybe social media and other things. We need to put in that effort. We need to make that sacrifice if we are to achieve success. And so in the next few minutes, I'll briefly speak to some of the actions we can take if we are to have effective time management as we go around our study, because effective time management is very important skills that can help all of us to make the most of your study session and also improve on your ICAN performance. So I'm going to speak to 7 key tips. You might want to note it down. You might want to note these 7 tips down and see how you can apply it, not just for ICAN exams, but every other professional exams or endeavor you want to take. And it will require deliberate effort on our part. The first step to effective study time management is to create a schedule. And so it means that our exam starts, lecture starts next week. So we need to, between now and next week, we need to have a clear schedule on what we intend to do. And there's a number of things we need to know. One is, when do we plan to study? I don't want to speak too much on that because Mrs. Heidi had spoken to the fact that we need to identify when best we can study. So for some people, you know very well that you can study well in the morning before you go to work or you go to school. Some others are comfortable studying in the evening. And some others too, in addition to their other plans too, even when they're at work too, because IoT has video lectures and audio lectures, they just plug it in and they're listening to it. You don't have to pay attention to it. So one thing you would often, when it comes to learning, what you repeatedly listen to, before you know, it becomes a part of you. So it's just like listening to music. Sometimes when you listen to a particular music over and over, even though you don't pay attention to it, before you know, the lyrics become the part of you. So we need to determine when best you want to study in your plan, when you study. In addition to when you do study, you want to know what's the duration, how long do you plan to study? We wouldn't want to have a situation whereby we say we'll just pick a book 7 a.m. and 10 minutes after we're sleeping. So we need to make that sacrifice. We need to have a deliberate plan around what is the duration of our study. And then we also need to know where we intend to study each day. Very important, when we intend to study. So hope we got those 3 points around creating a schedule. We need to pin out when we want to study, how long we intend to study each day, and where we intend to study. And the good thing for us at IoT is the fact that we have a study plan for all of our subjects. So you pick any of the subjects, be it SFM, PM, case study, there's a plan to say, okay, this is what we're covering this week, this is what we're covering next week. So you can factor that into your plan and also have your study plan aligned with that. So you're able to cover those areas as well as we go along. That's the first tip. Please take note. The second tip is we need to set goals. So as you go around creating your plan, you need to determine what you intend to accomplish during each study session and try to focus on that and ensure that you achieve that. So if I say this week, I want to study, let me use SFM for example. I say, okay, this week, I want to study mergers and acquisition. On Wednesday night, I want to ensure that I do this. So that's definite plan. So at the end of the day, I'm able to say, okay, this is my goal and this is what I meant to achieve. So when I achieve that plan, I know I would have achieved my goal. So don't go into your study session on a blanket terms. Have in mind what you intend to achieve from that study session. So very important that we set goals for each of our study sessions. Like I said, you could use our timetable along with that to ensure that it also helps with your goals. A third tip which you want to note is we should minimize distraction. As much as possible, we should minimize distraction. Yes, I know some people can study where everywhere is noisy, some people can study on other situations, but studies have shown that it is not.
Sorry, please submit yourself, Mr. Take it again.
Okay, so as much as possible, let's try to find a quiet place that is free from distraction. And one big distraction for a lot of us is our mobile phone, our social media. So some people find that I've said I'm going to study from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m., but I'm spending half of that time on WhatsApp or on Facebook or on Twitter. That is not an effective study method. So like we said, success comes from making sacrifice. So you need to tell yourself that this period, I need to put my phone, my WhatsApp should come second. And when I'm studying, try and turn off your phone as much as possible. Try and turn off your electronic devices. Try and turn off that movie you think you always enjoy watching, so that you can actually concentrate on the course and what you're studying. Very important. So you ensure that you're able to maximize the time that you set aside for that study. So we've considered 3 effective time management strategies thus far. I hope you guys can remember. One is create a schedule. Second is set goals, measurable goals. And the third is you should try and minimize distraction. Switch off your phone if you have to study. Don't respond to that WhatsApp message. You can always go back to it. It's not as urgent as what you need to put in to get the success. So make that sacrifice. So that means you need to keep asking yourself, what am I willing to sacrifice for this success? Because like Pele said, success is not an accident. It requires deliberate effort from us. A fourth tip to effective time management when it comes to study is that we need to factor in breaks or some form of relaxation period into our study. It's very important to take some form of free break, some form of few minutes to relax, a few minutes to do a few things, to stretch and to recharge. And those breaks should be deliberate. So what it means is if I tell myself, oh, because I always need to look at my WhatsApp, I tell myself the next 1 hour, 30 minutes I'm studying, I'm not looking at my phone. So I've avoided distraction for 1 hour, 30 minutes. And I tell myself, okay, after 1 hour, 30 minutes, I think I would take 10 minutes to stretch and respond to my messages. So you're deliberately, you know that, oh, this is my break period. It allows you to sort of refresh, sort of get yourself stretched and get yourself a little bit better to continue your study. So those breaks should not just be arbitrary breaks. It shouldn't be anytime you feel like, no. There should be breaks that you have determined ahead of time. That this is when I want to take breaks for my study. That's the tip number 4. Tip number 5 is important that we review and revise. And so after each study session, it's important to review and revise the materials you have covered. This is very important because it will help you to reinforce your learning and make it easier for you to recall information that you have learned before now. So, and like Mrs. Heidi said, for a number of people, they would often want to take down notes when they are doing that first study. So they just jot down that summary notes or jot down the topics they've covered. So when they are doing like a revision, they're trying to do a mental recollect. So for example, if I had done, if I'd studied, say, risk management, financial currency risk management, and I would have put in my note, oh, what is currency risk? Or types of currency risk, or for what contract? You know, just more like a brief note that helps me to, at the end of that session, I'm able to do a mental recollection, a mental review to see things I've studied. Did I get them? Can I recall them? And if I need to do another quick review, I also need to then do that review. So that is the 5th step to effective time management. Number 6, it's important that we all stay organized. Very, very important that we stay organized. So my tip for here is to ensure that you keep all your study materials in one place. First thing first, keep all your study materials in one place or where it's easily accessible. So we wouldn't want where I would tell myself, okay, I want to study because I want to leave the house for work by say 5:30. I want to study. When I get up by 4, I will study between 4 and 5:30 if I set out. And then by 4 o'clock, that's when I start looking for my book. So I'll then look for that book, look for my material from that 4 o'clock till I pass 5. If I now find it, that would not be effective. That would definitely not be effective because we would have spent our time for things that we shouldn't use it for. So it's important that we keep ourselves well organized. So for those that have kids, have young ones at home, you want to have specific places that it's not reachable to them. So you don't be, when you're looking for your book, the kids would have dropped it somewhere else and then you have to be searching everywhere. So let's get well organized. And also it's very important that we use a planner or a to-do list to keep track of our plan, our task, and our deadline. So we have a lot of apps there that could help you manage your to-do. So if you say, oh, based on my set goal, I'm doing this tomorrow, I'm doing that next tomorrow. You could have planners on your phone apps, either on your Apple or your Android phone apps. There are a lot of planners there by Google, by Microsoft and the likes that could help you track your deadline. And it's very important because one good thing for us at IoT is that after each session, there are assignments. And these assignments are taken from past papers and from ICAN packs. And so what that means is that you need to have a planner which helps you to say, okay, I need to submit this assignment on this date before the deadline. So it helps you track the different assignments and different tasks you need to accomplish. So that is the sixth tip, really, for effective time management. My seventh tip for effective time management is to ensure that as part of your plan, ensure that you're able to cover the syllabus or the course content at least 1 month to the exam. So whatever you're going to put in your plan, ensure that you're going to cover it at least 1 month to the exam, and then have a minimum of 3 weeks for revision and past paper practice. So the first period also, let's say you're starting with us next week. So between next week and first week in April or thereabouts, or around April, your focus on your plan should be ensure that you cover the content of the syllabus, because we don't want to be caught unaware by ICAN. We don't want to, at that point, we don't want to now to say, oh, this is the highly tested area. This is what I should focus on. Is to ensure that you cover the entire content of the syllabus. Now, between that period to the exam, which you should have nothing less than 3 weeks, your focus should be on revision. And in your revision period, your focus should be, okay, let's try and drill down now. So what are the most likely tested area at this point? Can I practice one past paper per day, one past question really per day? So when I say one past, I'm not saying the entire pack, just to pick a question from the pack. Exam, can I practice one per day? And the reason for doing that, it's not because you want to cram that because ICAN would bring that question. No, it helps put you in that position where you know how ICAN exams are set, where you know how the examiner thinks, how the examiner marks those questions, and how the examiner is able to combine materials from questions from different topics. So when you're now entering the exam hall, you're not going to be taken unaware by the pattern of the exam, how the exam is set, how much time it takes for you to answer the exam question. And during that last 3 weeks, please note, as a point of effective time management, you must not introduce any new materials. At that point, your focus will just be on your revision note and your past questions. And for us at IoT, it's one thing that's very important is you really don't have to look for that material. So you have the lecture notes from lecturers, you have assignments every week, you have the mock, you have the audio. So if at all you need anything, possibly you just want to look at the pathfinders to just see, okay, past question. Let me try and reinforce the topics I've learned by looking at past questions. But don't go about looking at every other material. At the end of the day, you get confused because there are different methods, different techniques of achieving the same thing. So I've briefly highlighted 7. So I'll just quickly summarize them again. If you need to take note, first thing is you need to create a schedule. Second, you need to set goals. Third, you need to ensure that you minimize distraction. That WhatsApp, that Facebook you always check has to wait, because that is the price you have to pay for success. Anybody that is successful today has had to pay a price. They have to sacrifice something. They have to let certain things go to be able to focus and achieve that success. Number 4, ensure that you take a break when you're studying. But that break should be something that you'd have planned ahead of time. You have told yourself, oh, after an hour, after 1 hour, 30 minutes, after 2 hours, I need to take 15 minutes break to recharge, to catch up, to stretch, not just anytime you feel like. So take deliberate, defined break. 5th concept is you need to review and revise. Have a plan to review and revise. Don't read and then pack your book and go. No. We want to be sure that what you've read, you've assimilated it and you've placed it appropriately in your brain. So you want to take a few minutes to do a quick recap, do a mental session, looking at your revision note or looking at maybe topics to cover. Oh, I looked at cost volume profit analysis. Okay, variable cost, what is it? Fixed cost, what is it? Okay, how do you determine a number of volume to achieve X profit? You know, you're able to place it appropriately by doing that quick recap. 6th step, stay organized. Keep all your materials in one place. Keep it where you can easily reach them. Use a planner to help you track what you need to achieve. Keep a planner to help you track your deadline as well as it relates to your assignment. And 5th, in your plan, ensure that you cover your materials at the minimum 3 weeks to your exam. Use the last 3 weeks for revision. Use the last 3 weeks to solve questions. Use the last 3 weeks to focus on the highly tested areas, to focus on solving at least one past questions per day. Before then, please don't be looking at what is the highly tested. So that last 3 weeks will not be when you'll be looking at things like that. But before then, please don't do that, because sometimes things change and what you think would be might not be. So that first few months before the revision period help you quickly cover all that needs to be covered. And so if you follow these tips that I have highlighted, you can create a very productive and efficient study routine that will definitely help you to succeed with your ICAN exams. And IoT has the materials, it has the support required to enable you pass your ICAN exams. So those are the key tips I wanted to share. On a parting note, I have a good news and a bad news. Let me start with the bad news. The bad news is that before you turn and get up, we're in May. That is the bad news. So time flies a lot. But the good news is that you are the pilot of your time. So because you are the pilot of your time, you need to ensure that you make effective use of that time before it gets taken away from you. We need to, all of us, ensure that we govern our clock, we govern the time that has been given to us, and not allow the clock to be governed, and not allow ourselves to be governed by our clock. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Amos. I would have loved to summarize, but I've actually done that. A round of applause for my professor. Thank you so much for that. Yeah, there are some questions that people ask. Kindly, quickly permit me to react to those questions. One of the questions is, how can you contact us? So if you look at the screen, our contact is displayed on the screen right away. You can contact us through either a call, 070 44 57 6011. Once again, 070 44 57 6011. You can actually reach out to us through that. And if you like, you can also chat us up on WhatsApp through 081 85 99 3275. I repeat, 081 70 59 2119. Then you can also chat us up through 080 80 66 5292. And you can email us at contact at icanonlinetutors.com.ng. You can send us email to contact@icanonlinetutor, icanonlinetutors.com.ng. Our ICAN Online Tutors is spelled together ICANONLINETUTORS. That is icanonlinetutors.com.ng. And you can locate us by at 82 Muritala Mohammed Way, Ebute Metta. That is ICAN Block, ICAN Office. Thank you so much for that. For every other information, for every other question, know that we have provided the response through the chat. And for those that are asking, that will the study pack be given to you before the commencement of lecture? As announced, it is not ICAN online. We only want to connect you to the right source, someone that we have texted and trusted, that can deliver it for you at your destination at an agreed fee. This fee does not concern ICAN online. It didn't concern us. We have nothing on that. We only want to connect you to what you want. I said, ICAN Pack can be gotten online through ICAN website, www.icanig.org. ACANIG.org. We've sent that on the chat. But if you want the person to print physical copy for you, the person will print it out for you and we send it to you at your destination. That will be agreed between you and the person, and not you and ICAN online. Disclaimer, ICAN online hold no liability with anyone on that. We are only connecting you. So it is not our sole responsibility. We only want to assist you by recommending the person to you. You are the one to negotiate with the person outside. Thank you so much. That's that. Please permit me to quickly move the mic to the next speaker. But here, I would like to quickly go on. Let's have another panel discussion. Oh, my tutor, yeah, the timetable has been posted. I showcase the timetable now. Okay, maybe I will quickly share that again. I shared the timetable, but let me share it again. Okay, hold on. While I share the timetable, let me share the timetable again. Just hold on. Our lecture starts from 7 a.m. and it ends 9:30. We have break between everything. As you can see, this is our timetable displayed on your screen. From 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. for the first period. Second period from 9:30 to 11:30. If you are in skill and professional, you have no subject then. From 12 to 2 is the third period, and 2:30 to 4:30 for the next one, 5 to 7 for next, and 7:30 to 9:30, based on the paper that you are writing. And on Sunday, it starts from 11 to 1. That's only when we are having taxation at skills level. Every other one on Sunday starts from 2:30. Our Sunday starts from 2:30. That is after church service. Thanks so much for that. So with this, I'm good to go. Okay, let me ask, do I have my panelists on board? Madam Dumebi Ezal.
Hi, good morning.
Madam Dumebi.
I'm here. Good afternoon.
Good morning, ma'am. How are you doing today?
I'm good.
That is one of my panelists, everybody. Madam Dumebi is one of my panelists, and she's going to be talking to us. Mr. Joshua Abatan Olumide, are you there? Mr. Joshua Olumide, are you there? Mr. Iyechi Uchebu, are you there now? Mr. Iyechi?
Mr. Iyechi has asked for excuse. He has a class at the moment.
Okay. Can I have the attention of Mr. Joshua Olumide?
I don't think Mr. Joshua is there. I think we should just go on with Dumebi to save time.
Okay. Madam Dumebi, people quickly permit me to introduce Madam Dumebi Ezal. Madam Dumebi.
I'm here.
Yeah. Okay, no, sorry. I want to introduce you. Thank you so much, ma'am. Madam Dumebi hold a degree in BLS, MLIS, that is, he hold a degree in law, and have master in library and information service. And Madam Dumebi is a PhD. No, she's currently studying PhD. I have PhD in view. She's currently an administrator, educator, and author of over 10 years work experience. And she works in the educational sector. Madam Dumebi is a non-accounting student. If you hear BLS is Bachelor in Library Science. So she didn't have a background in accounting. And she registered with ICAN Online Tutor for Foundation and was able to pass all the papers that she registered for at a click with ICAN Online Tutor. Madam Dumebi driving force is that failure is not an option. Do not even consider it. And she has a wise saying that you should always connect with your tutor, ensure you simplify your lecture, and be filled with word of encouragement, have a good track record, and also ensure that you are up and doing. Madam Dumebi, you are welcome on board. How are you doing today?
I'm very well, thank you, sir.
Those are doing pretty cool. Madam Dumebi, actually, why do you choose IoT for your study, considering the fact that you are even a PhD holder, in which you could have even read and pass on your own? Why have you chosen IoT?
Okay, how do I start? Okay, first of all, as in my place of work, okay, I don't have accounting background, but I needed to have an understanding of how accounting works since I'm in administration. And someone gave to me, my mom actually suggested I do ICAN, that it would be a better experience for me and all of that. So I'm in Delta State, I'm in Asaba. And I asked around, and I actually did not have time to attend physical classes. I don't have the time to attend physical classes because it's a 9-to-5 job I work. So by the time I'm done, I'm exhausted. So I needed an online class that, had tutors who really understood what they were doing and would make out quality time, to answer the question, because I knew I was going to ask lots of questions because it's not my field. So after lots of, as actually someone that recommended it to me after I had gone through several other online training platforms. And I think I registered towards the end of, I wrote the exam in 2022, but I registered late 2021 or so, yeah. And I was supposed to write the May diet. But anyway, I joined this training because it had good reviews. And then they coordinate, so I don't know who answers their customer service page, but they did a very, very good job in, convincing me that, that they where I was the right place to be. And I liked that, they had this connection, kept checking. I think is our IoT lead that was the one that was communicating with me. So that's how I, stayed back to join the class. And I didn't have any regrets afterwards. Of course, I didn't write. I registered to write in May, but I didn't write in May because it was pretty scary. It was very scary. Like all the myths about ICAN, I experienced all of them, that their study packs are out of this world. And maybe it's because I printed my study pack initially. So I had all my study packs printed. And when you have all your study packs and all the lecture notes printed, it's pretty scary because the books are too big. So it was very, very discouraging. My mom kept telling me to push forward. The ICAN tutors kept telling me to push forward, but fear did not allow me to write it in May 2022. It was too scary. So I dropped out. Not that I dropped out, I just decided I won't register for the exam. But I'm grateful for my support system. I think that's very important for everybody to have a good support system. I think God sends people to us to encourage us to keep pushing. So my mom was one of those that kept pushing that, you can do this. And then the ICAN online head kept on sending me message. So it was then I knew it wasn't really about the money. It was about making sure you pass. Because she was like, you don't even need to postpone the exam. You can write it in May. But I wasn't so sure of myself. And I know that one of the lectures, one of the open days we had, one of the tutors, I think is the law tutor, he said that you should have confidence in yourself. Or was it Mr. Uwem? One of them said you should really have confidence in yourself, believe that you can do it. But at that time, I did not believe I could do it because I was swamped with work. I didn't have courage to open those lecture notes and all of that. But after my discussions with them again, after the May diet came and went and more people, passed and, they kept on telling me, you can do this. They even believed I could get an award.
Yes.
So, so I liked the encouragement. I liked the support. And that's what happens when you have a connection with, the people that you've decided to work with. I have never met any of them physically. Everything, all our connection, all our discussions have been online, but it's very, very professional. You know that they truly have, your interest at heart. And I really liked that. I liked that on days when I couldn't even show up, people would ask, "Oh, where have you been? What happened? Have you watched the video? Have you practiced Pathfinder? Have you done this? Have you done that?" So they kept me on my toes. And because they were my accountability system, I didn't want to disappoint them. I didn't want to disappoint myself. I didn't want to disappoint them because they had so much faith in me, even more than I had in myself. So I kept pushing. I wanted to move November again till next year. That's still this year, May. And they said, "No, you must write it in November." Our team head, that's ICAN OT head, said, "You must write it. You must write it. Maybe you must write it in November." And we believe that you will do very, very well. So yeah, I put pressure, and God was so wonderful. He gave direction and all of that. And so by the time I sat for the exam, I was satisfied. I was very satisfied. And I liked that the teachers were not missing their courses. Some you would attend and they'll tell you, "Oh, we can't come out today." Okay, when will the makeup class hold? No, you won't get a new date. So it was like they were playing with your funds and playing with your time. But I like that we kept to time, and when classes couldn't hold, it would definitely be rescheduled. I like that the classes were very interactive, very, very interactive, very, very interactive. And I liked that they passed us through mock exams. We had revision classes after, like it was like a real class. Some people take online classes because it's online. You're just very unserious about it, but you could see the seriousness. And I liked the motivation from the teacher. Every time we got to class, we were motivated. Every time we got to class, we were motivated. My law lecturer, I think it's Mr. Debimpe, he was so practical. Like I could sleep and it was because of business law. I didn't want to also write in May. But by the time I decided to face this squarely, I was happy that I did. It was very, very encouraging. The classes were very, very practical, and every time he would tell you, "You can do it. You can do it. I trust you to do it." And he kept on following up. And then our other lecturer, Mr. Iyanda, he would always tell you his story on how he became ICAN certified, even when he was writing his degree. And that was very, very encouraging. Although the annoying part was he was always saying it's easy, very easy, even though it wasn't easy. But because he was always telling us it was easy, we started seeing it as easy. And I remember when he first taught cash budgets, I did not like cash budgets. I did not even understand what they were saying. He talked, I was asking, but I was not catching it, But he kept on saying it's easy. Just watch the video when I'm done. Ask me any question. And true to form, when we sent in questions, he would work on it and get back to us. Or if he was busy, he was polite enough to tell us, "Okay, I will send it in later in the day." And he always did. So I liked that follow-up. A lot. Then Miss Idarasit, yeah, she taught MI. You see, MI is frustrating. Let me not lie. But I had to pass MI. And I have an IT background, but let me tell you something. The thing in that MI textbook, that ICAN study pack, I don't even know where it came from. But she had ways of explaining. I think Idarasit is very good in theory. She had very...
You can't go. Are you still with us?
So I had an amazing set of tutors for the foundation, and I'm looking forward to having another set of amazing tutors for the skills
level. Thank you so much, Madam.
It was a very nice experience.
Thank you so much. I actually asked a question, and seriously, you've answered all my questions for me.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. I know that is how happy you were. It was fine. Thank you so much for that. But let me quickly ask a question.
from Asaba to online tutor in Lagos. There's this notion that there are fake online tutor. I hope they will not even cut away with my money. What was your perception to that at the first instance? Then what even trigger you after the doubt that you have?
I'm not sure. People have different vibes. People have vibes. But I think the fact that he was willing, so whoever was my first contact person was very willing to answer questions. And even, I think they directed me to one link, where I could have an idea of how the classes were run. And I attended one of the open days like this. Yeah, so that made me, of course, there are so many of them online. But I just felt safe. I'm sure it's God that directed me there. I just felt safe. I wouldn't say that there was anything in particular, but I had good vibes about it. I was very comfortable. And those are the things that speak to me. I know my God doesn't lead me wrong anyway. So he said this will be the people that will take care of my ICAN study lectures. And it just worked that way. And I didn't have any regret at all. Not about my money, not about not responding to me. It was just fantastic.
Thank you so much, Ma. There's a question I want to ask, which people would like to know, because you are Madam Dumebi might be part of the person that I love best, and maybe because we know that you have all this qualification, so we have to do good with you. Maybe that is the reason why we are just following you up and down, why they are so much caring about you. Are you the only one in the class? Because that might have been the reason why all of them are just following you up and down.
Okay, so you're asking why I was comfortable, or?
No, I'm asking if you are the only one in the class.
No, I had colleagues. I had Joshua. I had Chiamaka. We are many. Hey, we are plenty. Of course, it's not everybody that will show up for class, but yes, we're a community.
Thank you so much, Ma. Why I asked that is it might be because you are the only one. That is why they are just being cared about you. That's why they are, because they know you don't even know your qualification. Maybe that might be the reason.
Not at all. I think this is the first time I'm sharing my qualification with anybody. It was only the read one that I told initially because I wanted to be sure I was enrolling for the right course, that ICAN was really good for me. So nobody else, I wasn't the only one. We were so many, and they made the class very fun and interactive. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Ma, for that. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I think you've answered all the questions that I have before me.
All right.
Thank you so much. We are looking for more exciting experience at your skills level.
Definitely.
And we pray to God, just as we are looking up to, that will be one of the ICAN merit lists or awardees by God's grace. Thank you so much, Ma.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much. So permit me. Oh, everybody, we have heard from Mrs. Dumebi, from Miss Dumebi, I'm sorry, that ICAN IoT, ICAN Online Tutor actually have a good customer service. However, it's good for someone to have a good support system. And like I stated earlier, even without me knowing that there will be someone that will be confirming that we don't just teach the student, we support them in their career prospects. It is not just enough to teach, though we share the relevant experience that are related to the course we are doing in the course of the class in order to motivate. And like we said earlier, our classes are being interactive and is full of fun learning. She also said our teacher did not miss any of their class, and if they do, they try to ensure that they cover up by rescheduling the class at a period that will favor the class. Then our class are also interactive, and the motivation from the teachers are what cannot be overemphasized. So thank you so much, Madam Dumebi. Okay.
Mr. Kasali, are you there?
Yes, sir.
So let me quickly react, please, because I'm likely be leaving. I have another meeting.
Okay. I've been calling your attention since. Where have you been? You're welcome, sir. Go ahead.
I've been on another meeting, So I think it's afternoon, right? So good afternoon, everyone. I'm quite happy with the kind of feedback that we are getting. But the one I want to react to is that one of Abdulaziz that talked about his first attempt with us. He filled all his paper and we gave him encouragement and he was able to come back to write it and now he's a chartered accountant. I think that is what distinguishes us from every other tutorials. Yeah, I'm not saying this because I am lecturing with ICAN Online Tutors. Of course, I've been in the system for the past 10 years, to be honest. Before I got chartered, I've been lecturing and I've lectured in a whole lot of centers. I can tell you that ICAN Online Tutors, maybe because some of us are also failed in the past, so we understand the pain that comes with failure. We understand the cost that comes with failure. We understand the praise that comes with success. Maybe that's why we are giving in our energy to do all of this. So I wish you guys all the best. Of course, this open day program is number one, to put to you what we are capable of doing. We are not just saying we can do this, but we have track record of success that everybody can leverage on and believe in. And lastly, on Madam Dumebi, of course, I strongly believe you will become one of the ICAN prize winner. Just believe that in yourself and you can do it again. I think we have same set of lecturers
I'll be
for
checking your
foundation.
email for information from ICAN.
I think we
Yes,
have
sir.
same set of lecturers for foundation for skills. So don't doubt our efforts. You will get better and also in your skills level. And we hope that everybody coming to enroll this time, we all are going to have a one die space and get qualified in short time. Thank you and God bless you.
Amen. Thank you so much. But before you go, Mr. Hafiz, do not go far because immediately after my next speaker, I'm hosting the tutors because there has been a serious question that people have been asking me in which I want to direct to all the tutors. So our last panel discussion is for all the tutors, all of you that are tutors. So please do not go far. In the next 5 minutes, Mr. Ayokun will be speaking with us. So Mr. Ayokun is speaking with us in the next 5 minutes. Mr. Adeyaloye, AY, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Thank you so much. Mr. Adeyaloye Ayokunle is a BSc and also a master student, a graduate in MSc and also have a wealth of experience. Mr. Adeyaloye Ayokunle is qualified with ICAN Online at a click from last diet and has passed all his paper from at a click. So welcome on board, Mr. Ayokunle. Mr. Ayokunle will be discussing with us how to scale our ICAN exam at once. Mr. Ayokunle, you have the floor.
Okay. Thank you, Your Might. Let me just correct you first. It was not last diet. You've forgotten that we've done several diets after I've passed. Anyways.
I didn't feel like that. I don't know. You've become
Yes, so thank you for having me. So I'll be speaking on scaling your exams at once with IoT. Like I think Madam Aidi said earlier, I also joined IoT, found their information online, called them. I even tried to go to their office just to put a face to the name. But apparently they've moved from their office then. I just put my faith with them and I said, okay, no problem, let's go. I remember the first time I spoke with the person, I don't know the person I spoke with then. Maybe it was real one, Mr. Ridwan I spoke with. I'm not even sure. But the person also made me believe in myself. Then we had 45 days just to the exam, to the first exam. And I told him I want to write all the 4 papers. He told me, if you have 30 days, you can pass. I said, no problem. Since I have 45 days, then I have enough day. So I started at the skills level. I didn't write foundation at all. I exempted 2 papers in foundation. And I have four papers in skills level. And I passed all the 4 papers in 45 days. That was one of my greatest achievements. I can tell you that for free. So how did I do it? So the formula I used is, and I think I've given that to several people, and they've come back to tell me this formula works. So the formula I use is activity times ability times consistency equals result. It is not addition. It's not activity plus ability plus consistency. If any of this is 0, then you might not achieve the desirable result. That's the reason why it's a multiplication sign. So you've asked yourself, what's activity? Activity is something you do or something you have done. Success is where preparation and opportunity meet. It's not just something that falls on your lap. If you are not prepared for it, even if an opportunity comes, you are going to lose it. So success is where preparation and opportunity meet. What are the things that you could do to form activity? Activity are the things you do. Number 1, go to class. Participate in class. Make sure that your voice is one of the voice that they can hear in class. If you don't know any answer, or you don't know any question, ask the facilitator, please, can I take this again? Another thing to do, if you mix class, please watch the class videos. These are activities that you must invest in. Mr. Uwem spoke about time management the other time and how to manage your time. I have a friend of mine who, after I passed, told me what center did I use. I told him IoT. He came to IoT. And you know what he does whenever he wants to read? He will take his phone and go and lock it in his car, then come back to read. Anything that will happen within that 2 hours, 3 hours he wants to read, he doesn't care. You must be able to put that in place. Also, what did I do? I have a note that I use, and I distill the ICAN material into notes every course. So within that 45 days, I used to pass my skills level, or the 4 months I used to pass my professional level. I distill all the course materials into notes. Now, I'm not writing verbatim the material into my notes. I'm writing action points, areas where I need to focus on. I'm writing definitions. You know what this does to your brain? So if I tell you, if I read my notes now and I'm reading my note, believe in yourself. I've read it, 2 seconds, I move to the next page. But if I'm writing believe in yourself down, be rest assured, it will take me like 10 seconds to write that down. Because number 1, I've read it. Number 2, I've written it down. It stays more. Then another thing it does for you if you write down is that at the end of the session, or maybe when you're doing revision, you're going towards the exam, you don't have to carry the old textbook again. You've read the old textbook. You've distilled it into actionable points in your material. You can easily go into your exam center with that material. And before maybe the 1 hour you have between papers to read, you can take a whole material and read from chapter 1 to chapter 16 within that period. Unlike if you are carrying a big textbook and you are trying to distill all the old information in a 750 pages, let's say a corporate reporting material in 1 hour just to refresh, that would be very, very tasking to do. So that's another reason. So you need to write your materials, write it out, especially all those courses where they are very all those theory courses, we call them theory courses. All those theory courses, make sure you write points out. It's when you write out that you'll be able to see that, oh, this point in this chapter 5 is related to this point in another chapter 6. Then you'll be able to marry those points together. That is one of the things I also did very well. Another thing that I did was to read Pathfinder, not read to read the questions and the answer, but review the marking scheme. So in some cases, you will see just by tabulating your or drawing a graph will earn you 1 point. But if you don't know that before you go for the exam, you won't know that, oh, you're supposed to tabulate, or you just know that you're supposed to tabulate, but you don't know it ends mark. So all those things, if you read the marking scheme, where students fail, where areas where students should focus in the future, you will be able to get some hints where this place 1 mark, 2 mark that are free marks for you. So that also. In creating your activity, create an exam tracker for yourself. I'm studying FR. There are 17 topics or chapters in FR. This week, I'm going to cover 3. Make sure you cover that 3. These are the things you do to create activity for yourself. Let me leave activity. Let me go to ability. Ability is the possession of the means or skill to do something. Having a skill, a talent to do something, that's ability. Ability in this, sorry, excuse me, please. Ability in this instance would easily just mean, I'm not going to speak so much on ability, because if you can read and write, I believe you have the ability. You have the talent, you have the skill to assimilate. I believe if you're working, you can use your experience as your ability. So I'm not going to speak so much on ability, because ability, for you to be on this platform today, you cannot be 0 on ability. The different skill that we have might be different. It might be a 10, probably because, for example, if I'm doing business law and I'm speaking with a lawyer, of course, the person will have more experience than me, will have more because he has read and read over time. He has studied maybe 4 years of business law in school, unlike me, I'm a science student. But that does not mean I cannot catch up. Do you understand? So ability, in as much as you can read and write, you have the ability. Now, the last one, consistency. Consistency, you must do something in a certain way over a period of time to achieve an accurate result. The way our body works, if we don't discipline ourselves to tell our body that at this time I must wake up, and I must wake up consistently, at this time I want to read, and you read at that time consistently, with time, even if you are sleeping and you did not set alarm, your body will wake up and will tell you that stand up and read. That's how it works. During my own time, what I did, the first time when I was doing skills level, I locked myself in a room. I took 30 days leave from office because I know I had only 45 days to read over 2,000 pages of material. What I did, locked myself in a room, 8 o'clock to 9 o'clock p.m. I am reading in my room, because number one, I needed to write out every of the material, distill it in papers. I used the first 2 weeks to write everything out. The second 2 weeks to read everything I have written in my material, solve questions, do pathfinders and the likes. That was what I was doing in my room, doing that consistently. My body adjusted to it. When I was doing skills level, I had 4 months to write. What I did was, immediately after 5 o'clock, I leave my office. I go to another secluded office. In the same office, I tell my body, rather than stay in traffic, I'll use 5 to 9 every day consistently to read. There are some days when you will feel like quitting. You will feel like, no, I can't stay. I have to go home today. You should remember why you started. If you remember why you started, because the reason I started ICAN, I wanted to achieve ICAN status in 2 diets. Skills, once, clear. Professional, once, clear. November, clear. May, clear. So anytime I want to go home, or my body is telling me you cannot read today, I remember why I started. Then I also did what? I have an accountability partner. The person will check up on me. AY, oh yeah, go downstairs now, go and read. AY, is already 5 o'clock. Are you not going to read today? If I tell him, oh, I'm going home today, he said, no, go back there. I will stay with you there for 30 minutes. By 30 minutes, the guy leaves me there and go. He sees me reading and he leaves and he goes home. So when you feel like quitting, remember why you started. Don't count the days to the exam and say, oh, I have 50 days. If you like, say, have 1 year. If you don't make the days count, if you don't make the days to count, everything will fall on nothing. So don't count the days, make the days count. When you get to the exam, let me just quickly add this. There are some times that what you read, or maybe some things are not just flowing, or maybe you can't remember verbatim exactly how it is written in the ICAN material. Don't be concerned about that. This is a professional exam. Write it in your words, in your own words as you understand it. Write it. They don't care about your English. They don't care that you use the exact term that they used. No, write it in your own words. I remember one of the exams we did, I think it was May Diet. They asked us something on treasury. Most of the time, if I'm even reading and I see that one, maybe I would have even jumped it. Do you understand? Or something. They asked us the functions of treasury department. I just used my experience. What does my own treasury in my own company does? I wrote it down. What does the treasury in the customer's office that I go to, what do they do? I wrote it down. I wrote about 7 or 8 points down. I think they asked us 5. I wrote it down, I dropped it like that, and I submitted. Or maybe they asked us 8 and I gave them 8. There was another exam under PSAF. They asked us what was the e-tax system. I'm telling you, I've forgotten. I just read the question again. What would be the benefits of the e-tax system? I was conjuring the answers from my head based on experience. So use your experience. Your experience matters. Don't leave questions unanswered. It's better you write something in the question than to think that your answer is foolish enough that you believe that it is not the answer. You never can tell. It might just earn you that extra 1 mark or 2 mark. That foolish thing that you think is foolish will just earn you just 2 marks that will take you from 48, that will take you to 50. Don't forget, believe in your infinite potential. Your only limitations are those that you set on yourself. The formula again, activity times ability times consistency. It is what will give you the desired result. I pray that as you go for your exams or as you take this next diet, you will pass in flying colors. Thank you guys for having me.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Mr. Lee. Activities multiplied by the ability, multiplied by the consistency equals to results. Thank you so much for that. Yeah, we are coasting home gradually. Permit me. Do I have my tutor on ground? Permit me to quickly have the final panel discussion before Mr. Abdulwasi Yada will now wrap it up for us for today. Mr. Abdulwasi Yada, are you there? Mr. Afis Adebimpe, are you there? Mr. Abdugani Bamidele, are you there? Mr. Uwem, are you there? Mr. Latunji, are you there? Please, if you can hear my Madam ID, are you there? Please, if you can hear my voice, kindly signify your presence.
Okay, I'm here.
Mr. Yanda, fine. Mr. Abdugani, are you there? Mr. Abdugani, are you there? It's just a random discussion. It's not going to take us 3 minutes.
Okay, we are with you. Go ahead, sir.
Mr. Don't worry, they're not going to introduce themselves. Yeah. Mr. Abdulhafiz, are you there?
Yes.
Mr. Uwem. Okay. So my dear professionals, I have my tutors on ground, and they are part of those steering the affairs of ICAN Online Tutor. It is better to really know what we'll be getting
from the class. I welcome you all, my tutor. Please, I just want you to just tell us your name alone. Just tell us your name, and that's all. Unmute yourself and tell us about yours. Just tell us your name. One.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon, sir.
Okay, my name is Afiz Adebimpe.
You're welcome, sir. Next. Are you only having only Mr. Hafiz? Unmute yourself. You are muted. Hello. Somebody talk to me. You are delaying us.
My name is Umar Abakar.
Oh my goodness. Where are my people? Coming now. Okay. Good afternoon, tutors, and welcome once again to this diet orientation. There has been a particular question that has actually been put in my mind, and I would like to push them to you, just as our participants are also willing to hear that. There has been a notion that we should all get our ICAN pack. Is your lecture note tailored to ICAN pack? Please tell us your name and you answer the question very quickly.
Okay, so my name is Afiz Adebimpe. So my lecture note is tailored to ICAN, and why is because that is our selling point. We want our people to go to the exam hall and be able to attempt all questions very well. So everything discussed in class, when getting to the exam hall, have to be clear for them to be able to answer it very beautifully.
Thank you so much for that. Mr. Otaru. Hello, Mr. Ayanda, are you there?
I'm here, sir.
Who is saying run away? Please unmute yourself, tutor. I need to really speak with you. Mr. Cletus, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Mr. Cletus.
Good afternoon. I'm here.
Good afternoon, everybody. Come on board. Okay, Mr. Yanda. Okay. Mr. Ablafi said that the lecture note is actually tailored towards the ICAN pack. But I really want to ask, how helpful has IoT note been or relevant to the student? Mr. Cletus.
Okay. How helpful is our note? Is that the question?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, our lecture note is very helpful because it's one of the tools of battle for this professional qualification. You can't go to the battlefield without tools and equipment. So our notes serve as one of the tools we use. And since our note is already tailored towards the ICAN study text, so it's very useful for students. So students who know the value of it really get close to their notes, get acquainted with their notes, study them. And when they go to the exams, what they will see on paper there will not be quite strange or quite different for them because they have already scanned through the notes and they know the content and know what they're supposed to give it back to the examiners. So our note is very, very important. Very, very important. And it's one of the vital
Thank you
tools.
so much for that. And permit me to just cut in. There's been this notion that almighty SFM is actually difficult to pass. Please pass the mic to the next person. There's been a notion that SFM is very difficult to pass at final level and at that skills level. PM, are we even going to pass PM? PM is too much, too too voluminous and very difficult to pass. How were you able? What was your what is your own reaction to this notion?
Is the question for
Where's
me
my
or for
lecturer?
another person?
No, sir.
Okay, all right.
Who is passing the mic? Okay. Since my lecturers are not on ground.
Let me take that.
All right, sir.
Okay, so for me, I think that first thing is that, first of all, remove that notion that there's one course that is too big or too hard to pass. I passed PM using just 2 weeks to the exam to prepare for it. And thanks to the facilitators that I have, they were able to break it down. I watched all ICAN online videos because I had already missed almost half of the class as at that time. The same thing for SFM. OM was so good. He knows the course in details and he broke it down so that even a layman would understand the course content easily. So first of all, I think remove that notion is too hard to pass. Remove it from it. What it takes is preparation, understanding, putting time commitment into it. So there are some courses that their level of difficulty is other than some other courses. So the same way you will apportion your time to look at those courses, to solve questions and watch IoT videos, go to classes, and you'll be fine.
Okay, thank you so much for that. I think I would have loved to continue, but because of time, I would like to stop here. Thank you so much, my tutor. Let me quickly shift the mic to the next speaker. Mr. Yanda, are you there? We shall be rounding up the discussion.
Yes, sir.
The topic,
Good afternoon.
maximizing IoT benefits. And the person that's going to do that for us is Mr. Abdulwasiu Yanda. Mr. Abdulwasiu, you are welcome on board.
All right, now good afternoon, sir, and good afternoon, everyone. And thanks for joining
Sorry,
us.
are you sharing your screen?
Yes, I think I'm part of the call as well, sir.
Okay, you are good to go.
So, Mr. Ayama, please, can you hear me and can you see my screen as well?
Yes, I can see your screen.
All right, now, so good day, everyone, and thanks for joining as well. My name is Yanda Abdulwasiu, and I think I'm the last speaker that will be talking to you in this particular section for May 2023. So welcome once again, and thanks for joining as well. So what I'll be talking about briefly, just to save our time, is maximizing what ICAN Online would benefit. In terms of what, as a student now, what are some of the benefit that is what it is accrued to you as a result of choosing your tuition provider as ICAN Online Tutors. And just like some of us would know as well, this is it's not a physical class, this is a class that is usually online. So as a result of that, what are some of the benefits that you're going to accrue from that? Maybe a little bit different from what the physical class is experiences. So these are some of the few points I just have just to save our time. And one of the advantage that it is that is accrued to you as a student, to be the you can learn from the comfort of your own, at least without moving. And one of the greatest to me personally is access to the recorded classes. Because personally, as a student as well, when I was in school then, at least I studied in Kwara State, and I live in Lagos. So what I usually do then when I was in school, because I started my ICAN while doing my undergraduate, and I think I qualified in 300 level then. So it's just to get a recorded video. Even when if someone is trying to explain something to me, I always like to, oh, please, can I record it? Even at work as well. So if I know that, okay, you want to explain something to me, and maybe I may not really have to bother again to communicate with you. Okay, just to open the Microsoft team and record it. So at any point in time as well, I can also make reference to it without having to contact the other my colleague again. So you have access to recorded video. You can learn at a go. Just like starting a new diet now. At least once the asset is given to you, you're also going to have the ability to see some of the previous diet video, and that can also increase you to really to learn ahead of the class. So if I know that, okay, the first class is I'm going to be talking about break-even point analysis. So you know that, okay, the next class, the lecturer could have informed you that, okay, this is the next class, this is the next topic that you are going to we are going to be talking about, and you have access to it. So you can easily learn at your own pace as a result of that, because you still have access to the previous class the previous diet video, which is going to be available to you if you join. And another one is freedom to learn whatever you want or whatever you want. Freedom to learn whatever you want, even if you have not yet at that particular one. Oh, we are talking about IFRS 5 today, but I can decide to learn about IFRS 16, which is leases. Because you have access to some of the video as well. Ability to work on a job while you study, just to listen to your work, put your AirPod, and you can still be doing your normal activities at your work as well, without having a negative correlation to each other. And they offer another advantage of that as a student you're going to benefit from online classes is they offer ultimate convenience and flexibility. Just like what I'm speaking to you now, I'm not currently at work, I'm not currently at home. Just for me to look for a while as a lecturer, just to look for a quiet place, have some of my notepad with me, and the lecture can also be going on. Even as a student as well, you don't need to be at home as well. You can still be maybe I'm still in Tomiland Bridge now. I can still be just listen and put the earpiece, and that's all. So it also reduces educational costs as well. And I think some of us, if you check maybe at the end of the day as well, I can share the IoT the website. In terms of to be honest, it's not because I'm working here as well, but some of us can also do the comparability analysis in terms of the cost that you're going to pay for online class is a little bit more cheap than the physical class. So that's the reduced educational cost I'm referring to. And more opportunity for teachers and students in interaction as well. Let's just assume that, okay, this is a physical class now, and as a student, I have some observation, or there are some things that I would like my lecturer to explain. And so what I can remember during my own diet then because online class was not available. So the only class I know I can have then was maybe watch some videos on YouTube. But now, since everything is not is not physical, so it can increase the interaction between you as a student now and the lecturer as well. So I don't need to wait to Saturday that I'm going to have physical interaction with my lecturer. While on the go as well, between the weekdays as well, you can still interact before the weekdays. So more opportunity for student and teacher interaction. You can study at your own pace, just like I mentioned earlier as well. And avoid the dreaded commute. Honestly, at least I can remember that at least I was in school and I studied at Kwara State University, and my tutorial center is in Ilorin. Although there's no usually traffic in Kwara State then, but you can imagine where I stay now in Lagos State. There are sometimes it's not easy for you to predict that I'm going to get to this particular location at this particular time. So, and maybe the lecture start by 8 o'clock, but maybe 8 o'clock as well. So you are still on the traffic. but on online class, avoid that, at least just to have the internet connection and you are good. Study with thousands of students around the world, which is what it is possible as well. Even I can remember maybe last diet as well. We have a student which is from Word, which is in UK. I think he registered with CSME. I can still remember her very well. We wrote the exam in Words in London then, because I can also have the Words exemption. So, and he's attending the Words, he's attending the class here in Words in Nigeria. So it does not work. The physical barrier doesn't work. On online class, eliminate that. So whether you're in Words in River State, you're in Words, you're in Lagos, everybody can connect together. And it also gives more opportunity to the student and the lecturer as well. Okay, me, I'm in Lagos now, but you can have anything in the future. And I know that one of my students is reside in Words in Bayelsa now. It's also an opportunity for me to also interact between people that are not within my jurisdiction. And same thing also appears to the student as well. So I think these are some of the points that I have to the benefit that is accrued to us as a result of learning online is recorded. And that's one of the biggest advantage that you're going to have is the class is recorded. You can download it, you can stream it at any time. Even to me up to now in school then I have a tab. So it's just for me to download, and I have the advantage then I was in ICAN library once and I saw someone watching a video, and that was London School of Business and Finance, and he copied everything to me for me on my tab. So I just need to watch it. There are some standard class, which is a physical class. I don't need to physically attend it because I've already watched the video as well that, okay, 36 is for impairment. So it gives me enough time to also concentrate on others. If I've learned or IS 36 in advance, and if they are talking about it in class now, I may really channel my time to do other things. So thank you everyone, and just to save our time, let me stop here.
Thank you so much, Mr. Inyanda Abdulwasi. Thank you so much. As we've had, those are the benefits of studying online. Having said all this, most of people has actually been asking the question. If you have one question or the other, kindly signify why you'll be observed to ask your question. Thank you so much. Question. If you have any question, you can signify by raising your hand and ask your question. Also, please remember to follow us on all our social platforms. We are ICAN Online Tutor. You can follow us through www.icanonlinetutors.com.ng. We are on Facebook through ICAN Online Tutors. On LinkedIn, we are ICAN Online Tutors. On Instagram, ICAN Online Tutor. On Twitter, ICAN Online Tutor. On Space, ICAN Online Tutor. Live, ICAN Online Tutor. On Sphere, ICAN Online Tutor. In the world, ICAN Online Tutor. So you can follow us and also reach out to our admin as earlier shared. Thank you so much, everyone. We shall be doing button A. Do not hesitate to follow us on our social media and also reach out to our admin. Note that our diet starts next week, Saturday from 7 a.m. Do not hesitate to ensure that you reach out to us. Next week, Saturday, is the commencement of our May 2023 diet lecture. January 14, 2023 is the commencement of our May 2023 diet. Do not hesitate to reach out to us. Once again, as displayed on your screen, that is our contact. You can reach out to us, you can message us, you can also send us a chat.
before going on.
However,
Before going
I
to
shall entertain you
download some of these
in
things
the
in
next
power
few
and
minutes.
so that
If you have
I
any
know that
question, kindly signify. If you have any question, kindly signify. If you have any question, kindly signify. Okay, advanced taxation is not just a theoretical course.
Okay.
All right, sir. Yes, I have observed.
Yeah. That's the question I wanted to bring to your notice. I think the person is even raising her hand. So let's just give her the opportunity to ask. So you can unmute yourself if you're Eze Amaku.
Please submit us.
Okay. Okay. My question is on advanced taxation. I'm taking advanced taxation. I tend to take it in the next diet. Advanced taxation is not just a theoretical course. It involves both theory and computation. In the video classes you intend to take, in the online classes of Saturday and Sunday, how do you intend to go about it? Because I've watched one of your videos on taxation. I think they were talking about the topic transfer pricing. Up to the time when the video went off because of network issues, I didn't see any calculation. So I was wondering how he was going to do the calculations. And then another thing is the timetable. Can we have the timetable beforehand? Because some of us will not be have already passed some of the subjects. We just have one or two to do. We need to have the time in order to plan ourselves. Thank you. That's my question.
Thank you so much for that, ma'am. I've actually shared the timetable earlier. I will also share the timetable now. And also, in reaction to that question on our YouTube, please let it be known that what we have on the YouTube is just a sample video, not our actual video. It's a part that is being extracted and put online. So you can't get everything on that YouTube. It is just a sample video of our lecture that we put online. Just as calculation, the way we take our class is just as you are having a physical class, because the instructor will ensure that it carries the students along while he's solving. We have our board, we have our marker board, and the marker is a step-by-step solution which the person will see how the lecturer is solving it. Just as said, advanced taxation are both theoretical and practical. During the transfer price of from to show the process, given a live question that will be solved in the class. And like all our lecture notes and the questions are given behind. That's that, man. So the timetable is displayed on the screen for everybody. The timetable is displayed on the screen for everybody. This is our operating timetable. There will be any changes communicated. Thank you so much. Any other question?
Yes, sir. Hello, sir.
Any other questions?
I've been finding it difficult. Like people have, I wonder how we will be able to download videos, download the lecture notes. How is it possible, sir?
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Ibukun. Like we said, we have a specialized, a customized profile for each of the students. At the end of every lecture, the video and the lecture note is usually being made available before time. Let's say today is Saturday, we are having class on Saturday, you would have received the lecture note before time. So we can download, we can do everything. That will be sent through our community platform on WhatsApp. And immediately after the lecture, you already have a profile. When you register with us, we will create you a profile. You will log in, check your home page. In your home page, there will be a what we call pre-recorded classroom, which is previous videos, which you can watch ahead of the class that you are having. Then immediately after the live classes, we will also make the video available, which you are going to see under your profile in your platform. That is that. And it is downloadable. You can download it, watch, and rewatch as much as possible. It is our asset. Thank you so much for that. Any other question? Okay, sorry. Mr. Ola, you observed.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
Hello?
Hello, sir. We can hear you.
I think a lot of people have been. Can you hear me? I think a lot of people have been asking questions concerning your registration. I mean, concerning the program fee.
For the program fee, it can be gotten online. And you can also tap.
You have to enlighten us. So let us know the cost implication. And you also made mention of the discount. So Ali, you have to dwell on this. So let us know what we are putting in, what we are coming to enroll for. So you are not Ali, you need to be transparent a little bit on this. It's not everybody will have the time. That's the essence of this program.
Mr. Lee, let me
exactly
quickly take that.
Yes. Okay, sir.
So of course, the reason why we are asking you to chat us up or to check the website is because that's where you can get the information. This video now is going to be uploaded on our various social media platforms, and things change. You understand? Even if we give you a prize now, anything can happen between now and tomorrow. You live in Nigeria and everything. We don't want to say, oh, but you guys said in your webinar that this is how much your price is and everything. So why is it changing again? So we're always being careful of giving out this information out on this platform. But anyways, I will still go ahead and tell you how much the prices are. So we have two plans, mainly basic and premium. So for the premium, let me start with the premium because the premium consists of the video lectures, the live Zoom classes, the revision class, the mock exams, the private WhatsApp group for each individual courses, and many other goodies, including the study materials and lesson notes. So for the
So sorry, it's network challenges. It's gonna be back in a jiffy. Okay, while we're actually waiting for the admin to give us the information, may we ask Mr. Donatus to ask his question? Good day, Mr. Donatus. Please go ahead with your question. Mr. Donatus, you are observed. Sorry, is it your network or my own network? Mr. Donatus, we can't hear you clearly.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Mr. Donatus, please hold on. You are welcome back, sir. You are welcome back, sir.
Okay, can I continue, or have you gotten the
Yes, sir,
answer
you
they
can
need?
continue, sir. You can continue,
Okay, so
sir.
each course at for the premium plan, each course at the foundation level costs 10,000 naira. So that's 10,000 naira per course for the foundation level, 12,500 per course for the skills level, and 15,000 naira per course for the professional level. That is the pricing for the premium. However, we have a basic plan which gives you access to the videos and some study materials. So for the basic plan, what you are getting is videos and study materials. And also for the basic, you might see ads while watching the videos. So this is the pricing for the basic plan. For the foundation level, 5,000 naira per course. For the skills level, 6,250 naira per course. For the final level, 7,500 naira per course. Thanks for sharing, Mr. Yoda. Just click on choose plan. Click on choose plan. Yeah, no, click on choose plan. Yeah, no, choose for premium. Let them see the one for premium. Yes, so that. So, thank you. So you can see business law, which is the foundation course, is 10,000 naira. Business management and finance is 10,000 naira. Scroll down. So financial accounting, 10,000 naira. Management information, 10,000 naira. Advanced audit and assurance, which is at the final level, 15,000 naira. Corporate strategic management and ethics, which is at the skills level, 12,500 naira. So the list goes on like that. So I hope I've been able to answer their questions as regards the pricing.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much for that. You can see everything is also online. www.icanonlinetutors.ng.com.ng. So it is what we get there that we're also telling you here. But if you require further clarification, information, and to be part of the discounts, just call up the admin. I'm gonna have a good discount. Thank you so much for that.
Hello, Mila has a question on this one.
At
least based on what we have been seeing on your platform now. So at least I've seen the prices for each of the stages. So what was the discount I'm to enjoy if I'm to enroll for any of this?
Thank you so much for that. You know, this card is actually like ongoing. And in that,
let us know so that when we are paying, we know what we are paying for.
I really understand you. My admin, sir, your attention, sir.
Because you made mention of discount, so let's make it open so that all of us here will enjoy it.
Sure. If it is not for us to enjoy, I wouldn't have also stated it. Then,
so make it
but
open.
just like we said, the discounts have a validity. That is, I think it ends. So if the video is uploaded and someone will be like this and that, just reach out to the admin, then you have the discount for those people that have been enrolling for just an ad. That people is enrolling for 5 courses, enrolling for this. What is the discount that we're getting? Just call the admin or you call the admin to get the discount for the 5 people as asked. I think that will suffice. Thank you so much. Is Mr. Donatus back? Okay, is there any other question? Mr. Donatus, you are welcome.
Yes, I'm back, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. It's like as if myself and this other person were just speaking on the same issue. But it's fine. I think I was able to contact the admin, and he was telling me, I told him, I think I'm a previous student, though I did not sit for the exams the last time. So it's on the same skills level. I asked him about, was it yesterday, and he was telling me 75,000 for the 5 papers, which I bet to disagree. And people are talking about discounts this morning again. So if you guys are giving discount, it should be reduced. And people are asking the same question today, and the price is very. You are saying 62,500. Another person has, we are saying 75,000. So you should come up with a clear one. If you are sitting for 5 papers, this is a discount. If you are sitting for so, this is a discount. Let us know that. So know what you are. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much for that. The admin will attend to that. Okay. While we are waiting for the admin to attend to that, Mr. Ojo Daniel, you can ask a question, sir. Mr. Ojo Daniel, are you there? Mr. Daniel Ojo.
Yes, I am.
You can unmute yourself. We can't hear you.
Yeah, I've done that. Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, can you hear me now? Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. I've actually muted myself so that you can talk.
Okay. Okay, so I've actually registered for the IoT class, but then want to ask a question. It's actually out of IoT. It's on ICAN. I registered some couple of years back, but then I just let me start the writing the exam. So I'm starting from the foundation level, and I think I chatted with Mr. Ido who registered me for the IoT. So he made mention of exception plans that I will be having some exemption plans. So how many courses will I be exempted from if I will be starting from the foundation level? Because I only registered for MI. So I want to know if I'll be exempted from the other 3 courses in my ICAN. That's what I want to ask.
Okay.
Do you get my question?
I didn't. Please, sir, can you come again?
Oh, okay. I said I've already registered for my IoT class, but then I only registered for MI. I'm starting from the foundation level.
Okay.
And I was told I will be exempted for like 3 courses like that. I think the business law, FA, and the business and finance, that I'm going to do just MI alone. So I only registered for MI. So for the exempted courses, how do I go about it?
That exemption.
Yes.
Okay. That is with ICAN. One, just chat us up. We will advise on that because we need to ask for your qualification. If you are starting from the foundation level, if you are an accounting student and your institution is not accredited, then you'll be writing MI and taxation, because taxation is now made compulsory taxation is now skill level. Yes, MI at foundation alone, you'll be exempted from others. And when you get to the skill level, you'll be writing 5, including taxation.
Okay.
But that is ICAN. You can chat up the admin, we will assist in that.
Okay. Can I have the contact of the admin?
Yes. Let me display it again. I displayed that
earlier?
Okay. Was it the one you displayed earlier?
Yes.
Okay, okay. I already got it.
Okay, that's fine. Thank you so much. Madam Chiamaka, you can go ahead with your question. Ms. Chiamaka, you can go ahead with your question.
Hello. Please, can you hear me?
Hello. Yes, but more louder.
Hello, can you hear me, please?
Clearly now. Brilliant.
Okay. Good afternoon, everybody. I don't think I need to ask again. The only thing I need to ask now is for the admin's number, because you said we should speak to the admin for all inquiries, please.
Yes. Admin number, I display it. Let me display it again.
Please do so, please. Let me be able to reach the admin.
Let me display it again. And we can also reach out to the admin through 081. Are we noticing that?
Yes, I am. 081.
081 70
yes. 70
59
59.
Sorry, that is 0. 081.
Okay.
85
85
99
99.
Yes, 3275.
3275. That is 081 85 99 3275.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Thank you,
and you can
sir.
also reach out to that. Okay. Thank you so much for that.
Okay.
Another question, Mr. Oladimeji Gbenga.
The one
Mr. Gbenga.
Don't call this nation.
Yes, you can list us under your ICAN exam application for the tuition center. Yes. Yes, you can list us there. During your registration or your exemption, you can state ICAN online tutor. You can list us. All right, your question, Mr. Gbenga. Mr. Gbenga. Mr. Gbenga, okay. If there's no further question, can reach us through 070 44576011. And you can also reach out to us through 081 8599 3275. And you can send us email, contact@icanonlinetutors.com.ng. You can send us email through contact@icanonlinetutors.com.ng. We also see our phone number online. If you go to www.icanonline.com.ng, you also see our phone number online too. Okay, Mr. Adimeji, your question has been answered. Thank you. Thank you. Mr. Daniel, your question. Mr. Ola, your question.
Mr. Daniel. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Please, I think it will be better for the admin to come on board to address all the questions on the platform. At least a lot of people have asked questions, and there were some other pending questions on the platform too, yet to be attended to.
Question on the platform has been or the one on the meeting chat has been attended to through chat, because I was actually following up on that.
Any other question? Okay. If there's no further question, I would like to appreciate everyone who has been present here today. I hope we were able to gain one thing or the other, and we are ready to kickstart our career with ICAN Online Tutor. I so much believe that today orientation, we're gonna have a positive impact on all of us. That is it. Thank you so much, Mr. Yanda. As you can see on your screen, that's also our contact. Thank you so much, Mr. Yanda, for sharing. So we appreciate every one of us for taking out your time to be part of today's orientation program. Thank you so much. We hope you are going to implement what we have learned here today. And you're going to reach out for your career prospects. Why the wait? This is not just the orientation we do. At the end of the diet, we so always sensitize our students on the area to focus on and the practical guides to answering the ICAN examination. So we are not just a tuition center, but a community. Thank you so much, everybody. We wish you all the best in your future endeavor and do enjoy the rest of your weekend. Thank you so much, everybody. Have a wonderful good afternoon. Bye for now.